in a row, and tonight, with a chill in the desert air, the Lopes hope to heat things up with their 4th win of the season as the Southern Illinois University-Edwardsville Cougars take the court here at GCU Arena. We're counting you down to tip off tonight just at 7 p.m. In the meantime, we thank you so much for joining us here on the Lopes Pregame Show. I'm Kate Longworth. Well, whether you were on the computer all day trying to lock in those Cyber Monday deals, or if you made the trek back to the office after the long holiday weekend, I'm guessing you're feeling a little worn out now, so just sit back and enjoy men's college basketball at its finest. And speaking of Division I action, this is where it happens, where the magic happens, where the stars are born, and where some of the best basketball in the country is played. So as you can imagine, it's been quite the transition for Lopes junior player Shaq Carr, who made the transition from playing at the junior college level to playing here with the Lopes. Now he's been here in the Lopes uniform for a short amount of time, but he's certainly made an impression, and he's learned a lot of things along the way as well.
Maybe some things I need to improve on, such as staying tight with the ball, coming off ball screens, shooting the ball a little bit more. Coach Marley has confidence in us to shoot the ball. I just have to have confidence in myself to shoot it. So, but coming in the Division I, coming from JUCO, it was a big transition. You know, a lot faster pace. Different playing with another point guard also. I think it makes it better for me though, because I can play both. So I think it's a good situation.
Now, Shaq Carr was teammates with Keontae Vernon over at the College of Southern Idaho, so no doubt they'll be happy to reunite here and make things happen for the Lopes. What will they do tonight on the court? Well, only time will tell. Meanwhile, it's time now to bring in the rest of our broadcast team. Barry Vitale and Scott Williams joining us now. Guys, set the stage for this big game as the Lopes go after win number 4.
Thank you, Kate. Yeah, it's a big matchup here against SIU as the Lopes try to continue this winning streak to begin the season. Boy, first game perhaps in a little while that we can really talk about a shutdown D against Coppin State the previous game.
Well, Coach Marley had gotten after his troops to get after it more defensively, and they responded in a big way. 24.5% field goal percentage for the Eagles. I haven't seen numbers like that in a long time, and I was on some pretty good teams defensively in Chicago with the Bulls, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. It was lockdown defense, whether it be at the rim or out on the floor. And I love the fact they created points off of those turnovers. They got 10 steals and 26 points off of those turnovers. They did it with the defensive end right from the very beginning. And who got it started? Of course, Dwayne Russell. Don't see him blocking too many shots. Normally he's picking pockets on the perimeter, but Jared Martin gets in the passing lane there and puts that one down the other end for 2, and then a good job staying in front of your man defensively. That's what you're going to have to do tonight against this SIU team, because they're very good at penetrating and getting to the line and drawing fouls. But I love that one right there. When your man gets beat, do you have your brother's back and come over and block a big shot?
Defensively, 26 points off of turnovers for the Lopes in a decisive victory over Coppin State, and they were also led by a kid that has stepped into the lineup in the freshman Oscar Freyer. They had 10 steals in the game. He had 4 of them.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to this young man before the game. Just told him, I like the way you play, young fella. You're fearless. Goes out there, not afraid to draw it, go take it inside, bumps the trees, gets on the glass, shoots the 3. Little streaky shooter right now, a gym that needs to be polished. And Coach Dan Marley's going to have his fingers all over this young man, getting him ready, not only, of course, this year, but as the next 4 years of his college career unfold. 9 points, 4 boards against Coppin State. Oscar Freyer, he started in every game as a true freshman. He'll be in the lineup yet again against SIU here this evening. Well, a gentleman that is transferred over from the University of Southern California, Grandy Glaze, no longer with the team. He's kind of stepped up, definitely getting some points that perhaps a lot of people may not have expected when he joined the club. Yeah, he's kind of a Grandy Glaze prototype. Does it defensively primarily, but can score around the basket. He's a hard hand, lunch pail kind of a worker, finishes high and hard around the basket. He's got a sandpaper kind of a grit to his game, a little muscle, a little toughness. And I love the fact that he's not afraid to step in there when one of his teammates is in a bad way and show that he has got your back. He'll protect him, mixing it up down low with some of the Coppin State Eagles.
Nice to have a little muscle in the lineup, backing you up. 8 points, 6 boards, 4 of 5 from the field. Darian Clark definitely stepping up. Guy that has stepped up each and every season. Zero, the hero, Dwayne Russell. 36 minutes in this 3 games after sitting the first 2.
Yeah, and they're 3-0 in those basketball games. As you mentioned, he's looking to score a lot more this year. 18.5 points per game. Mentioned he's averaging 31 minutes. I mean, he's the engine that drives this bus. Not only is he looking to set, make his own shot, he sets it up for his teammates as well. I love this one right here, coming from his left to his right. He's become deadly at that pull-up jump shot.
Big 3-0 since he has been in the lineup for Dwayne Russell. 18 points, led all scorers in the game against Coppin State. Southern Illinois University Edwardsville coming in overall 3-3 to begin the season. They were 6-22 a year ago. They are led by a player that comes off the bench in Trey Harris.
Yeah, don't sleep on Trey Harris. This guy's sneaky good. Averages over 14 points off the bench. Shoots 52% from behind the arc. Comes from a family of ballers. His mom is the 4th all-time leading scorer at SIU-E.
And also the nephew to the head coach of SIU-E, John Harris. That'll set the scene here before we tip things off here at the top of the hour. Kate, we'll send it back over to you.
All right, guys. Well, you did mention how the Lopes defense came to life in that last game against Coppin State, and we know that was Dan Marley's message to his team. Message was received. So, Scott, I ask you now, if this team comes out with that same defense, how dominant can they be out there? How powerful are they?
They're extremely hard to stop. I mean, there's no doubt about it. When you're extending your pressure out away from the basket, causing havoc, basically, and you're feeding off the energy of this crowd, makes it very hard for a team to get into their sets. They've played a lot of one-on-one basketball, not using their sets to get easy opportunities, rebounding those misses, got out in transition. Just made it real tough on opponents. 18 wins a year ago, was 2nd in the country for this Lopes team. So they really know how to feed off the energy, feed off that crowd, put the pressure on the defensively, watch the other teams crack.
All right, well, we'll see how it all plays out tonight. Thank you, guys. And as we mentioned, Dan Marley's message was strong defense, and the team did just that. We're guessing that makes for a happy coach. Well, we will find out right after this as Barry Vitale sits down with Dan Marley here on the Lopes Pregame Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
GCU's College of Science, Engineering, and Technology offers a premier STEM education with relevant curricula designed to lead you to a career in the competitive fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. GCU is investing in the future of our STEM programs with multiple state-of-the-art facilities, providing students with access to cutting-edge technology. Our STEM education is motivated by a Christian worldview, which cultivates ethical decision-making. The College of Science, Engineering, and Technology fosters traits in adaptability, collaboration, creativity, as well as ethical and social awareness, which makes our graduates from our STEM programs more competitive. Through robust collaboration and partnership with industries that require a STEM-prepared workforce, our faculty concentrates exclusively on student success within a deeply nurturing Christian setting. Find out more at gcu.edu/CSET.
Be sure to get your GCU men's basketball tickets right now. Season and single game tickets on sale. Great non-conference matchups such as national powerhouse Louisville this Saturday and San Diego State on December 7th, along with WAC conference matchups with New Mexico State, CSU Bakersfield. They're also on the schedule. Reserve your tickets now by contacting the GCU box office at 602-639-8979 or by going to lopestickets.com. The Lopes pregame show continues from GCU Arena as we roll on, and the team looking to roll on to their 4th straight victory. We're joined by the head coach, Dan Marley, after a pretty big win the other night against Coppin State.
Yeah, took care of business. You never know what to expect. That was a team that was 0-6, so you don't want to be overconfident. But they had a really hard travel schedule, played some really good teams, so you really never know what to expect. But our guys came out defensively. I thought we were really, really good, which is something that we haven't been at the beginning of this year. We really guarded the ball well, held them to 4 baskets in the first half, and then picked up our offense in the second half.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about how well you guys played defensively. You shut them down, 37 points in the game. turnovers. You turned the ball over. They did. You forced the turnover. You got 26 points off of those turnovers, so you had to be really pleased.
I was. We've had a hard time guarding the basketball. That was a team that's very athletic, one-on-one, wants to take the basket, and we did a really good job of playing without fouling, getting turnovers, and that really pushed our break and got out and ran a little bit. I thought we stalled a little bit in the first half as far as offensively, but in the second half we came out and played a lot better.
Oscar Freyer, the freshman coming out of the gates, well poised, looks like a seasoned veteran, upwards of close to 30 minutes per game. He's got to be giving you just about everything that you're asking of him.
I hope not.
Oh, no.
Oscar's been great. He's a freshman. I'm asking him to play a lot, but he's got to get better, especially at working his jump shot. Hasn't shot it real well, but I'm not worried about that. He's got to become more of a slasher, guy getting to the basket, rebounds. He's very athletic, the most athletic guy we have in our team. Defensively, he has to really concentrate on guarding better. He has the ability with his length and size and quickness to be a premier defender for us. And I told him, I don't care if you're a freshman, you're going to get thrown into the fire, and you got to get better every game. And I expect him to, because he's going to be here for 4 years and going to be one of our better players.
Well, one guy perhaps you can look up to is Josh Braun. There's a guy that had 2 more off-season surgeries, coming back, kind of battling through that recovery process. You talked about his weight issue a little bit. He's kind of getting into playing shape.
I called him fat, but
you called him.
Yeah.
Well,
wasn't really good.
I was
sometimes
trying to be a little
there's
delicate.
a little tough love there for Josh.
Yeah,
but no, I feel bad.
Out.
I feel bad for Josh. Everybody knows what kind of player he is, what kind of kid he is, and what he's been through. And you don't know. Josh isn't even practicing. He can't practice. He doesn't even go through walkthroughs. We're saving him for games, and he comes out and he just continues to play hard, hits big shots, tremendous shooter, greatest kid in the world. You feel bad for him because you just watch him struggle through that knee stuff, and I hope he gets better, and we're just going to have to monitor and see how he does. But I doubt he's even going to practice or just playing games, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, I would love that if I was playing.
But
no practices with you?
But you got to see him walk, though, because it is a bad deal, and he's battling through it, so we're hoping for the best for Josh.
Another youngster that we'd like to talk about is Fifi Adu. We haven't really talked too much about Fifi.
Or should we?
Well, you are rough. This kid has got a lot of talent. He's got a wingspan. He's got some reach. Boy, he can climb the ladder.
He is crazy athletic like Oscar. I think he's got a higher vertical than Oscar. Got a wingspan of 6'10". Defensively, he could be our best defender on ball. He's got to get better at this. The kid can really shoot the ball. He's a little lost offensively as far as figuring things out and what he's got to do, when to be aggressive, when to make plays, but he can do that. The guy can really guard. He can rebound. He can block shots. He's going to be good. It's just taking him a while. This kid is from Finland. He's a freshman. We're throwing a lot at him as far as offensively, and we figures that out. He's going to be a big part of our success.
Now the Cougars come in SIU-E. That's how they want to be referred to. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but that's how they want to be referred to. Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. You went to Edwardsville last year.
I went to Central Michigan.
I know you did. But you went there. You played the Cougars last year. Remember,
we
you
did.
won.
We got to win. It was an ugly win. We were coming off a big tournament. That was when we came off the Vegas tournament when we beat Marshall and Houston, and didn't play very good basketball. And Josh hit a few big bombs down the stretch to kind of pull us away and won by 10 or 11. But this is a team that's going to play hard. They're coming off a big win against IUP-UI. So we expect their best effort here tonight. And like I said, every night we step on the floor, we got to play well to win.
Now, the students are back here after Thanksgiving break, but this place was packed the other night.
Unbelievable. I walked out here, I didn't know what to expect. Right after Thanksgiving, students not on campus. And when I walked out here for the first time, it was amazing. And I don't know why I keep being amazed, but I am at the crowd that we had. And it was just, we're so blessed to have that kind of atmosphere and that kind of crowd, and our guys love it. And obviously with the students back on campus and the week that we're about to have, we're looking forward to playing some games here.
I know you don't want to look ahead, your coach speak and all that, but you got a pretty big matchup. This place is going to be rocking on Saturday.
I'm not looking ahead. Not only because I don't want to overlook the game we have tonight, but I don't even want to look at Louisville. They're really, really good. They're long. They're tremendously gifted and skilled. Top 10 team in the country. So it's going to be a great atmosphere in here, obviously, for our students and for Phoenix and GCU to play a program like Louisville. But we got to concentrate on what we got to do tonight and get a big win here.
All right, Coach. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
All right, our thanks to head coach Dan Marley for joining us. The Lopes pregame show will continue after we take this time out. They are with the team on the road and at home and know more about them than just about anyone, except for, well, maybe their moms. Kate talks to the GCU radio team of Michael Potter and Tom Kuiper when we return.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Pregame show earlier today on GCU campus. You saw the EAA Warbirds flying over. This is celebration of tonight's swag night as members of the Glendale and Peoria Police Departments on hand. We will get to that later in the show and throughout the game. But first, welcome back to the Pregame show. I'm Kate Longworth, and I'm joined now by the guys you may not see these great faces, but you're always hearing them when you tune into Lopes basketball, that being Michael Potter and Tom Kiefer. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. You're going to be here anyway, but thank you for joining us on the TV side of things.
Absolutely, glad to be here.
Yeah, and you guys just got back from a big road trip. Started the season on the road. Unique to do that, especially with 4 games against some pretty competitive opponents. What did you learn about this team when you were out on the road with them?
Well, I was really impressed, Kate, about how they came out and played against Duke. I mean, Shaq Carr got his first D1 start. Oscar Freyer, his first Division I start against Duke at Cameron. They came out and they took a few punches, but you know, up until about 3 minutes to go in the first half, it was only an 8-point game.
Right.
Very different than how they'd come out against some big top schools in the past, so that was very impressive.
Yeah, Coach K, I think, showing him a lot of respect as well, playing that tight bench early on. And then for you, Tom, just early impressions as you join the broadcasting side of the team this year. What are your early impressions of the Lopes on the court?
Well, it really tells you how important a point guard is. Dwayne Russell is unbelievable. Without him, the turnovers were close to 20 every game. And when he comes back into that game, he settles things down offensively. He handles things. He has the team running in a systematic way on the offensive end. So it's huge to have Dwayne Russell back.
Yeah, absolutely. We call him Zero the Hero. Feel free to use that on the radio side, guys.
Yeah.
And then, Michael, you were talking about that Duke game. Wow, they started right out of the fences, not afraid to go after anyone. And that's what Dan Marley said when he took over this program, that they will go up against any program, anytime, anywhere. And wow, are we seeing evidence of that this year with Arizona, San Diego State, Louisville. What stands out to you with this schedule?
Well, I think it's a great schedule. I mean, there's a lot of good teams that are coming to GCU Arena with Louisville, San Diego State. It's going to be a lot of fun to see the Havocs interact with those teams. But to be able to go on the road and play the Dukes, play the Penn States, which is a Big Ten team, and hang in there, and maybe if you had Dwayne Russell for that game, maybe you'd have got a win in that game. So this schedule is great for the players to see how good they can be, and also for recruiting, Tim, to get guys in here and say, hey, you're going to play the best if you come to GCU.
Right, and they will be going up against the likes of the University of Arizona as well in a couple of weeks. Not ASU, not on the schedule yet, but hey, maybe with Tom Kiefer on the team, we're going to get that on the schedule as well. You played, of course, for the Sun Devils in the early 80s. Take me through what GCU was then, and are you surprised now when you walk in here into this building and see what kind of program they have for this Division I basketball program?
Yeah, it's a huge difference. I'm telling you, back in the early 80s, you would look at Grand Canyon University as kind of a minor program, something that really wasn't there, and it was just an early and an easy win if ASU was going to play against the Lopes. Now, it's completely different. I'm telling you, Grand Canyon has taken Phoenix by storm, and it's not the same that it used to be. I think that when you look at Grand Canyon, I've been in many, many games. I've done this in hundreds of different venues. I think what Grand Canyon has going is the tops in the country. It's a big deal. It really is.
I know. I mean, I leave this building and you feel it. And when you go out there, you're like, wait, hasn't everyone caught on yet? But how key is it having Dan Marley? I want to get both of your thoughts on just what he does for this team, for this program, for this arena. and what is going on forward for the Lopes?
Well, for any player, when you've got a man that has the credibility like Dan Marley does, I mean, he's been in the NBA as a college player, as a collegiate, he was unstoppable too, and it's his work ethic. And you see the same thing coming out as he coaches. He expects a lot from his guys, and so when he talks, everybody listens, and it's a big deal. So he's bringing a lot to this program. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and Michael, you've been with the team for a couple years, so do you see these players responding to a guy like Dan Marley?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the one thing you learn about Dan Marley right away, you know, when he got the job, he had never been a head coach before, and everybody thought, well, can this guy really coach? And we've seen over the years, this guy can really coach. So he brings everything Tom mentioned. He teaches these guys hard work, dedication, how to be prepared and over-prepared for ball games and how to hustle for the entire 40 minutes. But he's a really good coach, too, and that helps.
Right, that is absolutely right. And you can catch these guys for every GCU Lopes game on the road or here at home. You'll see them on the sideline if you're here in the arena, or you can catch them on KFYI 12:30 a.m., also Fox Sports 9:10 a.m., and of course the iHeartRadio app. If you're not in the area, get that app and you can keep Lopes basketball close to you everywhere you go. Thank you guys so much. I hear you have a game to call, so we'll let you get back to work.
Thanks, Kate. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be right back with more Lopes pregame show coming your way. We talk a lot about the men on the court, but how about their support team? That's right, it's Shearer and Dance coming up on the other side. We'll see you right after this.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back to the Lopes pregame show. We're counting you down to tip-off tonight as the Lopes take the court in just a few moments. And now, we always talk about what's happening on the court with the players, but there's a lot happening on the sidelines as well, courtside, as there are people behind the scenes and out front making things happen, cheering on this team. I'm Kate Longworth. Thanks so much for being with us, and I'm joined now by Emily Stevens, who's the Director of Spirit Programs here at GCU, and by cheer coach Keegan Hubbard. Guys, thanks so much for being here. And you're in your 9th season with the Lopes. That's absolutely impressive. And from what I hear, you guys are having a pretty impressive season so far as well.
It's been an amazing season. We have 6 seniors this year that are tremendous leaders, really leading this team. This year at camp, we took first place in everything we competed in, including the Most Collegiate Award and the Leadership Award, which are very prestigious awards. And so, you know, going beyond the skill, but really into their character, they set a pretty high standard, and it just continues to go this year.
That certainly says a lot. Congratulations. And you guys have some power on your side as well now. Keegan, I know your job is to pump other people up, but I'm giving you permission to pump yourself up a bit. This is your first season with the Lopes. Take me through your competitive background and what your initial impressions were joining this GCU team.
Well, I came from University of Central Florida over in Orlando, and I cheered there for 4 years under Linda Gooch, and she's been coaching there about 25 years now. And great competitive program. We've won nationals twice, most recently just in 2007, beating the University of Kentucky and many other schools out there. So really with this team, my goal was to come in with the Lopes, being so unique in such a family environment, was really just getting them to work cohesively together and realize that it's not just about an individual, but more so the team, and even greater than that, the university.
Right, and also I would say it expands to the community because members of the cheer team are always everywhere. So you guys do so much. For those who see what you guys are doing, how can they learn more information, especially if they wanted to try and be a part of the Lopes cheer team?
I mean, the best thing is social media. We're all over Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at GCU Cheerleaders, posting all of the time. Keegan makes these amazing videos to highlight how much fun we have at these games. That's the best way. We have a clinic coming up on December 17th for high schoolers. Well, first the little Lopes, the little kids, and then high schoolers the same day. And then they'll be able to come to the game later that day and get to experience this atmosphere. And that's the best way for them to really get a full understanding of who we are and what we do and if this is a place for them.
And today at halftime, we're going to really see what this team is all about. Take me through the performance that we'll be seeing.
So what you're going to be seeing today for halftime is the team. They're going to be going through the different elements, some tumbling, some pyramids, some stunting. It's really going to be a good show for them for their nationals routine. So it's really just kind of a bare bones type thing, but it's really just to get them pumped up and great for our crowd as well.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I know you have a lot to do tonight, so go join the team. And thank you so much for being here and helping getting this arena game ready.
Thanks for having us.
All right, as you see, the cheer team is in the house, the basketball team is in the house, the Havocs are in the house. The stage is set and tip-off is just moments away. Lopes pregame show continues right after this.
Founded on the belief that the entrepreneurial dream is an engine that drives innovation forward in a global marketplace, the Colangelo College of Business educates and develops values-driven business leaders. Our graduates exemplify the principles of servant leadership and entrepreneurship. GCU's strong Christian identity informs the education you receive, integrating our Christian values with the business curriculum. The college features more than 25 programs from the bachelor through the master's level, catering to traditional, evening, and online students. These programs serve a diverse set of aspiring business professionals who not only learn in the classroom, but gain real-world experience operating actual businesses. Our students also receive unique access to Jerry Colangelo's legendary experience, leadership, and connections throughout the business world. Find out more at gcu.edu/business.
The purple pregame party is in full effect. The Havocs are in the house, setting the stage for the GCU Lopes to take center court right here at 7 p.m. I'm Kate Longworth. Thanks so much for joining us on the Lopes pregame show. We have a big game ahead tonight, but the Lopes have a busy week on the sports calendar as well. Take a look at everyone in action this week. Women's basketball at UC Riverside tomorrow, and then the ladies will come home, taking the court Thursday against Washington, a big game at 7 p.m. right here at GCU Arena. And then it's a game we've been talking about. The players, of course, focus on tonight's action, but across the desert today, they are looking at Louisville coming to town, taking on the Lopes. 7 p.m. right here at GCU Arena, and this is your 5-day warning. Wash that purple, get it ready. It will be a purple out here at GCU Arena on Saturday. We want to see all the fans in attendance for that. Dan Marley hoping for a big upset in that game with the top 10 program coming to town. But first, we have a big game tonight, and the Lopes are ready to go. Right after this, Scott Williams, Barry Patel back with the call as GCU preps for what they hope will be their 4th win of the season over the SIU Cougars. Stay with us.
college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
We have to start establishing that this is our place. From here on out. Hey, this is what we played for. We're better safe than them. Let's go. Come on, go get him now. Let's go.
Live from the heart and soul of Phoenix, welcome to the campus of Grand Canyon University and inside GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes look to extend their winning streak to 4 games as they play host to SIU-E. Good evening and welcome to Grand Canyon University basketball alongside 3-time NBA champ Scott Williams. I'm Barry Butells. Kate Longworth will be along in just a moment. Wow, the Lopes riding a 3-game winning streak, and how did they win their 3rd straight? They shut down Coppin State.
They certainly did. It was a power outage. They got up after them defensively all over the floor. 24.5% field goal percentage. I haven't seen that in all my days playing basketball from a Division I team. They were just pressure all over the court, whether they did backcourt, in the paint, on the glass. They did it all.
10 steals total. Who had 4? The newcomer, the freshman from Oakland, California, Oscar Freyer.
Fearless freshman. He's an absolutely fantastic find for Coach Marley and Associate Head Coach Todd Lee. They're really going to be able to take this unpolished gym and mold him into something special. Shoots the outside shot well, plays good in transition. Boys, he got some live wire legs.
SIU-E, the Cougars come in with an overall mark early on of 3-3. Their leading scorer at just over a tick over 14 points per game comes off the bench, Trey Harris.
Trey Harris does a fantastic job for Coach Harris off the bench. He's the nephew. His mother played at SIU-E, where she's the 4th all-time leading scorer, averaging 14.5 points a game. Like you said, she's 52% from behind the arc. Better keep an eye on Trey at all times.
Let's get this thing started. We will now send it over to our public address announcer, Paul Denuser, with our prayer and our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grand Canyon University Arena for tonight's men's basketball matchup between the SIU-Edwardsville Cougars and your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight, led by Havoc's leader, Shelby Langston.
Let's pray. Lord, thank you so much for bringing us back from break. We pray that you would bless these athletes, Lord. Thank you that we get to celebrate their talent, and we pray that they would have a fun, safe game, and that above all else, all the glory would go to you. Thank you so much. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Shelby. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with a presentation of our nation's colors by the Greenway High School NJROTC Color Guard. They are under the direction of Lieutenant Commander Paula Saudi Bose. The national anthem will also be sung by Greenway Vocal Ensemble under the direction of GCU alum J.J. Rafferty.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Thank you, Greenway High School.
Great job by the Greenway Vocal Ensemble and their color guard. Prayer by Shelby Langston this evening as the Lopes get set to battle SIU-E. The Cougars coming in 3-3 under head coach John Harris, who's in his second season, the former assistant at Cal Berkeley. As a player, one of the best rebounders in Conference USA history at Marquette under head coach Tom Crean. He was a teammate of one Dwayne Wade at Marquette. He graduated in 2002 from Marquette. Harris and his Cougars coming in after beating IUPUI 61-58. Here is his starting five. Carlos Anderson, Barack Eslick, Christian Ellis, Jalen Henry, and Keenan Simmons.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eye on Barack Eslick tonight. He's averaging 14 points on the 14 points last season, 10 this year. He had a season-high 40 points against Morehead State last year that led all Ohio Valley Conference players. So this guy's extremely capable. He's been stuck on the launch pad. Don't want him getting off tonight.
Time now to introduce you to GCU. Here are tonight's Canyon State Credit Union starting lineup. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. Here are the starting five for Dan Marley. Dwayne Russell, Jared Martin, Josh Braun, Darian Clark, and Oscar Freyer.
Yeah, we're going to pop my favorite, Martin. He's been slow starting this year. I want him to be more aggressive. 3 words I tell my son. If I had $1 for every time I told my son, you got to be more aggressive, son. You've got a great shot, just got to have confidence and be more aggressive in taking it. He helps the Lopes team by being more aggressive offensively, whether it's with the shot or with the drive and the penetration and the pitch.
Be aggressive, no doubt about it. Dan Marley coming in with an overall mark of 3-2. They're coming off a 70-37 big defensive stop of Coppin State on Friday evening. As the Lopes under Dan Marley now in his 4th season are 62-39. Time now for your keys to the game, Scott. Brought to you by your Valley Hyundai dealers. Shop buyhyundai.com today.
Yeah, the Super Guard-O-Matic 5000. Now this SIU-E team starts 3 very solid guards. The Lopes need strong play for their guards in return. Russell, Carr, Braun, and Adu must bring it tonight. And Beyonce, the boards. That means put your booty on your man first, then crash the glass. SIU had a 46 rebounds against IUPI, and they averaged 11 offensive rebounds a game in Cyber Money. You got this frenetic energy, over 7,000 people. The habits are going crazy. Harness that energy, use it efficiently and effectively. And if there's anyone still online shopping while they're watching the Lopes tonight, find me a good deal on a pair of ASIC running shoes, size 16. Tweet me at ScottWill42, please and thank you. I need to save a little cash.
Size 16, you can't just pluck those off of a shelf.
They're not easy to find, that's what I'm saying, I need help.
The crowd will remain on its feet until the Lopes hit their opening bucket. The officials are Randy McCall, Kelly Self, and Chris Rastatter. Dwayne Russell, perfect 3-0 since he was reinserted after sitting the first 2 games. Backdoor shot for Freyer, missed the handle out to Braun. That.
Coach Marley shaking his head over there. He had dialed that high handoff. He likes to start a lot of games here at home with the high handoff, the alley-oop, but Martin's so good at throwing it. That time Freyer just slipped out of his mitts.
Eslick down low, looking for Anderson. Tip back in, no bucket.
Yeah, over the back call that time. I think they did a nice job It was either Clark or Frere down there boxing out, climbed up over the back and got whistled for the foul. They will crash the glass. I talked to associate head coach Todd Lee before the game, something he was very worried about.
Russell to his right, pulls back. Now to Braun. Back to Dwayne. Drives. Nothing but ball. A nice defensive play there by Christian Ellis.
Yeah, you don't see Russell get a shot blocked amongst the trees very often. Nice job staying high, catching that one right as it left Russell's hands.
Ellis from Oscar Freire neighborhood in Oakland, California. Ellis has the ball. Eyed by Russell. Push back out, looking for three. Eslick hits it. The Cougars out to a quick start here.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Don't want Eslick to get going. Shoots a really high percentage from behind the arc. He and Harris can really stroke it from distance.
Freire comes out, takes it from Russell, over to Martin. Martin looks down low, Braun reaching over was Anderson. Belong to the Lopes.
Look at this one more time, just a little penetration and pitch. Braun comes off to help, leaves Eslick wide open on that corner three, which I think is the easiest three to shoot.
Freire inbound to Russell. Comes back out front. Out by Simmons. Martin for three. Rings out, pulled down by Simmons.
Maybe Martin just listened to me. He caught that one, no hesitation, and fired it. Good looking shot, just a little tight rim. That'll fall later in the game.
Simmons, their leading rebounder. Ooh, Martin with a little bit of D, trying to get the ball away. Pitch back out in front. Freire, though, got a hand on the arm.
Yeah, Freire got caught ball watching. He had a couple guys cornering the basketball underneath. Freire's ball watching his man cut hard to the hole right in front. Found him right out in front, go to the line for an easy opportunity from the free throw line. This is one thing that this team does. They've been to the line 52 times more than the opponent. That's another thing Coach Lee pointed out to me before the start of this game. Got to keep them off that foul line.
Anderson, 77% free throw shooter, hits the front end. Comes in averaging 8.7 points per game. Russell brings it up. To his right. Back out, Martin. Leaves for Braun. He drives into the paint. Pass over at the feet for Clark. Picked off. Sea of red.
Block shot. Now a turnover. 5-0 start.
Ellis draws the foul and hits the bucket.
This one started completely different than the one on Friday night against Coppin State. It's SIU-E out to the quick 7-0 start, looking to make it 8. And that's that penetration right there. It stayed nice and high, but once you're in the air like that, gives the offensive player the opportunity to go into your chest, gets that contact, and being left-handed was an easy finish for him.
This crowd wants to take a seat. 8-0 start for the Cougars. Braun to his left. Stopped there by Jalen Henry. Picks up the foul.
I think Braun has become more and more comfortable with. You notice the second half of last year, continuing this year, putting that basketball on the floor from the perimeter, not just a catch and shoot player any longer.
Martin, Braun. Bounce pass, Clark. Pinching his way back, looking to turn left hand off to the rim, pulled down by Simmons. My goodness. Somebody take the cellophane off the top of the bucket. Down low, underneath. Too heavy, but picking up his own rebound is Henry.
Yeah, did a nice job getting that ball back underneath the basket after that first initial miss, but Clark does a good job staying high, using his lower part of his body. Kept him away from the basket, and he went into a travel move. There's head coach John Harris, second season, 9-25.
Russell doesn't go. Clark's underneath, tried to pull up, picked his pocket. Did the Cougars. Ellis on the run. To the left, Elslick, just inside the arc. Rebound all alone. It's Jalen Henry. Timeout, Marley. He's got to talk to his team.
Like that right there. He will not put up lack of defensive balance. You go after the boards on one end, you better get back and balance it on the opposite end, on the defensive end, and then you got to put a body on somebody. One of the keys we talked about.
Clark out, Keontae Vernon in.
Yeah, they thought this was going to be the same team that they faced on Monday, like a Coppin State, had a really tough time shooting the basketball. And they are sadly mistaken. They're in a dogfight here tonight by this Cougars basketball.
Henry Stone stop prayer. Push it back over to Russell. Russell draws the foul.
That's what you needed. Couldn't get one from the outside. Get somebody, get in there, get some body contact, have an opportunity to go to the free throw line, get 2 points that way.
Timeout on the floor. Russell will end up going to the free throw line. The Lopes looking for their first points of this basketball game. 12-0. SIU-E on top early on. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Thank you, guys. I am joined by head coach of the speech and debate team, Mary Regan, and Jasmine Sharp, who's a member of the team. Now, Coach, you guys are top-ranked debate program in the Southwest region. Take me through how those rankings work.
Yeah, so it's based pretty much on who gets the most points based off tournament performance, and we were really happy. We actually had the top 4 spots in semifinals and in finals at a tournament in San Diego State earlier, and that gave us the top spot, and we were really excited about that.
So obviously you have a great team. How do you get your members? Do you recruit them? Do they try out?
Yeah, it's very similar to athletics, where we recruit kids from high school and community college throughout the year, but we also hold open tryouts beginning of the fall semester for anyone who's a current student who'd like to join our team.
And Jasmine, you're one of the stars of the team, and this weekend you have a big competition coming up. Take me through that.
Yeah, we have one of our biggest tournaments of the year coming up this next weekend. It's the Regional Fall Championship. It's going to be hosted at Orange Coast College in California. We're super excited for it. It's one of our best tournaments. Historically, we've done really well at it. So I'm really excited for the competition coming up this semester, especially with a really great team this year.
What is the competition like, and what do you like about it?
Oh gosh, the competition, it's very competitive, especially where we're at this year. In previous years, we haven't been as competitive as we are this year, but I think that we're at the best we've ever been as a team this year, and it's really good to be able to interact with better schools and be able to actually be able to hold our own against them. My favorite part personally is the family and friends and community I've developed among the speech and debate community, not just within our team, but like in the community as a whole. I have so many friends like across the nation at different schools.
Jasmine, obviously a star of this team, guys. If we let her go, I think she could take our job. So I better send it back to you to preserve our jobs as they are.
Thank you, Kate.
from nearly 70% from the free throw line. You know it's not your night when you see one of your better foul shooters to the line. And he can't get the first one down.
There you go. Everyone can take a seat if they wish.
These are getting sore sticking that long. Maybe that's the
It got quiet in here.
Yeah, that's the visual I think the Slopes team needs to get themselves going. Oh, nice job by Mark taking the charge. Got no whistle though.
Pullback, too heavy on the shot by Brandon Jackson.
Wonderful job that time, playing defense without committing the personal foul.
Shaq Carr in the game. Over to Russell. Keontae Vernon comes out. Martin. Bounce pass. Russell up high off the glass and in. Here we go.
Oh, that was a beautiful execution. Faked like he was going to come off for a little DHO and dribble handoff, but then went back door with those Jets. Got to the basket before the help side defense could arrive.
Henry looks to his left, finds Ellis.
Frere playing a little too physical down at the post. Wrapped his left arm around. Got the whistle for the foul.
Second on Frere.
I love that one right there. That was one thing that's really we talked about there at in the ACC. You get that over pressure, go away from that pressure, get yourself a backdoor opportunity. Good job by Vernon and Russell working the two-man game.
That's good. Aaron attempt on the three. Carr to his right. Foul called on Jackson.
All a little tight here there. Good job by Carr using the big body screen by Vernon, taking it from the left to the right the way Russell likes to do, and defender just had to reach out and grab.
Cougars leading scorer Trey Harris now in the game for Esler. Nephew to the head coach John Harris. Pushed out to Russell from Martin. Bounce pass back to Vernon. Drives along the baseline, jumped over looking for his rebound. Good work by Keontae Vernon.
At first you don't succeed, try again. He got himself behind the basket on that first attempt, so it went up. It confused all the Cougar defenders, and I hit the side of the glass, and Vernon was quick to get that ball back.
Physical game here early on. Russell up underneath, short on it, loose ball on the baseline, pulled back in by the Cougars. That's Ellis now with it.
He's having a tough time on that end of the floor, getting that ball in the basket.
Picked off Russell though. Up to Shaq Carr. Oh! Foul behind. Trey Harris picked it up.
Nice job again defensively. They're cracking, picking up their defense on one end. That leaves us some opportunities to get that ball in transition and run out. Seems like Shaq Carr slowed down just a minute to get his steps right and allow the defender an opportunity to catch up and commit the foul, and Carr will have to go to the line. Get him the hard way.
Harris has two. Carr solid 80%. Now 5 of 6 from the line. Mike Bibby is in the house. We've seen him here on a number of occasions. You seem to know this guy.
Yeah, he came over and asked me, offered me his glasses before the game. Oh, it's a tough time reading my notes. Remember he had the blindfold on when he won the slam dunk contest back in '91. Boy, I dated myself now. I always wanted to ask him if he could see. Oh, look at this deal.
Ellis.
Now this is where Dwayne Russell's just so good. You get a little lackadaisical with that basketball and run out number 0. He's going to take it away from you. You can call that a clear path violation there. Again, some free throws here, huh? Oh, I'll take that back. No, that's the NBA. I'm getting my sports confused here. There's the bonus there. That's already 8 fouls. And SIU-E, 2 more, and they'll be in the double bonus. After a 12-0 start, GCU trying to narrow that gap. Opportunity here to cut it just to a 6-point disadvantage.
A little help there for Dwayne.
Iron so kind.
Yeah. That's the Cougars lead in half. Russell Pushed back by Jackson. Back out. Anderson pulled down an open look for three. Over to Harris. Harris looking for some room. Pulls back off balance. Too heavy. Pulled down by Vernon.
Yeah, that's the kind of one-on-one shots you want them taking. Tough shots, contested, fading away from the basket.
Martin quickly into Vernon. Vernon backing his way into the paint. Leaves underneath for Clark. Left-handed in.
Oh, the bigs having some fun under there. I love when those big guys start wheeling and dealing down low. That was a nice job. That penetration brought over the defender from the help side. Clark with the finish.
Lead is down to 4. Martin trying to get the Havocs up and rallying. Turnaround, nice bucket there by Jalen Henry from Springfield, Illinois.
He had nowhere to go but at the rim with a shot. It fell for him. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Martin down low, Carr drives in. 3, Vernon pulls down baseline, drives underneath. Picked off by Benton and out of bounds.
One time Keontae had the nice backdoor pass, and this one here just wheeling into the middle and finds his other big body underneath. And Keontae Vernon dishing like Russell here. 2 quick assists to go along with 3 rebounds.
Braun looking to inbound. Goes out on Russell there. Couldn't pick up the ball.
That was a tough one right there. They were in a nice little 8-2 run with a chance to get some more points, 2 or 3 more points on that possession. Turn the basketball over.
Near side, Anderson comes back into the paint. Right hand, big right hand. Wow.
That can't happen. You can't have a guy take the ball 24 feet away from the basket and get a layup. They've done such a good job of really clamping down on penetration lanes, but that time, not so good.
And Russell play catch. Russell stops, pushes back out. Carr pulls down a 3. Loses the handle and is picked off by Anderson. Wow, a 3-pointer. Trey Harris wants to quiet the Havocs.
Yeah, and he did. That's the way the pros do it right there. Get that transition, nice spacing during the break, and an easy 3-point opportunity.
Carr, bounce pass, Russell. Fakes to his right, pulls back. That's off the mark. The weather has gotten chilly in Phoenix. There's no doubt about it outside of the arena, but it's definitely permeated inside the arena for GCU early on. Anderson. Thornton, back to Henry, just inside the 3-point line. Wow, picked up by Harris, the rebound. Unable, the second time. Oh my goodness, Harris.
Hey,
you can't have that many times.
Yeah, you give a team 3 opportunities to score, they're going to score. So after GCU had a nice little 8-2 run, Cougars come back with a nice 9-0 run of their own.
12-0, 8-0, 9-0 run. Jack underneath. Clark. Thornton picked up the foul. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside for a moment as Dan Marley will no doubt have plenty to say to his team. They trail 21-8 early on to the Cougars from SIU-E here on Cox W.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light, so we can give our students the competitive edge they need to succeed. And now, GCU is leading in the areas of computer science and IT. We prepare students to meet the demands of the fastest growing industry through our innovative IT programs in our College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Using the latest real-world tools and an adaptive curriculum, GCU gives students the education they need today to excel in their careers tomorrow. Join the most inventive concept in education right now and position yourself for a future in the expanding world of IT. GCU offers fast-track options with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, systems architecture, and business analytics. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
Grand Canyon men's basketball is brought to you by your Valley Hyundai dealers. For a limited time, every day is Black Friday. Shop buyhyundai.com today. And by Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Well, the Lopes were down 12-0 until they got their first bucket at the 15-minute mark. So obviously a slow start for the GCU team tonight. Not used to seeing something like this down 21-8. And it's got to cross your mind, guys. Could this be a trap game? Knowing that Louisville is coming to town on Saturday, and really the community is rallying behind this. Dan Marley said he does not want to look ahead to Louisville just because he knows tonight's competition is fierce, but also because he knows Louisville is going to be one of the toughest teams to face. So he really tried to prep his players to go out there and face this team at hand. But Scott, as a player, you can probably touch on the fact that sometimes when a big game is looming, that can tend to be on your mind. It's just human nature.
Yeah, it's human nature. They're coming off a big win, too. They whipped up on Coppin State, so they're not looking at this SIU-E team as a threat, but they certainly are game today.
Braun helped out. Martin pushed it back. Lost the handle. It has been a strange start to the evening, and somehow the Lopes get the basketball back.
Yeah, their mojo's just out of whack. Even a guy like Jared Martin, one of the smartest players, I know he flipped the ball back towards his own basket, but very lucky that did not lead the points the other way as it went right to an SIU defender. They got that ball quickly down into the painted area. I mean, points in the paint, 8-4. Disadvantage to GCU. 10 points off of turnovers already, 4 second chance points, 3 fast break points, and they get outscored off the bench.
Big play there. Martin inside to Keontae Vernon all alone for the putback.
Yeah, see, I think that's the kind of shot they're going to be able to get if they show patience.
Eslick back in for Harris. He has the ball. Thornton for 3. High rebound, pulled down by Vernon. Assault. Jackson with the foul.
Go back to this one here. This is just a nice job of Keontae working off the ball. Loses his defender, gets right underneath the basket for an easy putback or easy opportunity. That's one of the things I think he might have stole from his Smash Brother partner from a year ago, Grandy Glaze. He was very good at working behind the defense, sneaking almost behind the backboard even, coming back into the field of play and scoring easy opportunities. And then Russell on that little penetration there. He's just so good at getting that shoulder of the big, getting that contact, and he get an opportunity to go to the line. Now the Lopes will shoot 2 free throws with every foul the rest of this first half.
Russell with 7. Under 9.5 to go, opening half. Oh, Russell just picked a pocket of Benton. Russell high out the glass. Rebound. Vernon unable to pick it up.
Get Josh Braun going here offensively. They can't just be Keontae Vernon and Dwayne Russell. Got to find a way to get Braun going.
Heard Coach Marley in the pregame show saying he's really not even practicing right now. And Anderson connects. Josh basically suiting up for the games right now, recovering. You see that left knee bandaged up. Russell. Wow. Miscommunication. Martin trying to come back and recover. Anderson unable to do it as well. Wow.
Officials missed one there. He threw the ball and saved it to himself.
Marley's having some words with the official on that.
Oh, now they're banking in threes as a result. Oh, that's a tough one right there. Should have been a violation. They earned up getting a 3-point shot on the other end. I'll tell you what, this SIU team shoots 40%. Right now, they're shooting over 50%.
Frayer back in the game. Russell. Martin pulls down a 3. Russell, he pulls down a 3. Drives up, soft floater and in.
I like that one. You know, get on Martin for being a little more aggressive. He's got to learn to shoot that one with the defender coming at him, but anytime you get the guy who's going well in the first half, keep feeding him.
Thornton open for 3. Rebound kicked out. foul.
Yeah, I got Brandon Jackson pushing off on Keontae Vernon. Keontae Vernon's going to go to the free throw line and shoot a couple free throws.
7:41 on the clock. 26-14 is the score. This is a start that a lot of people probably didn't anticipate, as the Lopes came out and they were stone cold.
Yeah, very cold from the start of this basketball game. And one way when you're struggling offensively to get yourself going is to get some easy opportunities. Let's go to the telestrator. Here, I want to show you one play that worked extremely effectively in that first half. It's just a little backdoor play. Got the basketball over here. Martin's telling that he's going to send the ball over here to Keontae Vernon. You can see Dwayne Russell on this weak side. He's going to fake like he's coming up for the basketball, but then he goes backdoor. Vernon does a nice job selling the pass as the defender comes out to try to jump into the passing lane and then bounces it underneath here. Easy opportunity. Go ahead and roll that. And you can see it just works with perfection there. That's selling that play, and then too late for that help side defense to come over and rotate. So an easy basket opportunity there. Those are the kind of plays I think this GCU team can get more of if they show patience. Sometimes I think they're out there, they got that frenetic energy going. They haven't harnessed it yet and used it efficiently and effectively.
Right now, you mentioned field goal shooting. The Cougars at 50%, while GCU at 23.5. Keontae Vernon coming in, averaging 9.4 points per game for Vernon in 8 minutes, 2 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Yeah, I like the way he's playing. He's being aggressive when he has his opportunities, but more importantly, he's taking what the defense is giving him. With that backdoor play we just drew up, the one underneath to Clark, and I like that one there, working behind the vision of the defense. He's just up an easy opportunity coming out of this timeout now. He's got to figure out a way to get 2 more free throws down for this Lopes team.
Lopes in action upcoming, of course. We've already talked about it. Louisville here on Saturday evening. That on CW 6:30. Kate will have the pregame show. San Diego State coming in on the 7th. University of Illinois, Chicago. Mississippi Valley State, Elkhorn State coming up. University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Cal Poly, and Utah Valley. The first of the year means conference play.
My buddy Jimmy Bayless, boy, I tell you, he's already zeroed in on that San Diego State game. It's going to be a text again today. Say, hey, you got my tickets? I said, I got you, buddy. Relax.
This place is going to be packed like never before on Saturday night. It's hard enough to get a ticket.
Well, you got to know somebody. The habits of camping out for good seats.
Yep. Whistle called on the play.
Oh, Cardinal rule. Never foul an outside jump shooter. Was that a three-point shot or just a long 2? I think they gave him a long 2 on that one. So this one right here, it kind of get caught. Got just inside the line there. Was that Clark?
Benton at the line.
Very good opportunity line for three-point play the old-fashioned way. Not able to hit it. Their first miss from the free throw line tonight.
Russell, Martin. Russell looking for some room. Freyer's going to try a 3. Too heavy. Pulled down by Martin.
So crafty. Those are long shots. Going to come off long.
Russell stops. Short. Rebound. Freyer hustled after it. Dwayne Russell called. It's clear that Josh Braun is just laboring on the court. He's going to come out.
He's searching for something right now. He's got to figure out a way to see if they can't just run a play for him just to get an opportunity to get himself to the foul line. I think that's the best way to get yourself going sometimes. And he's walking to the end of the bench. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back and sees the training.
Yeah, I think it's, that knee is just flaring up on him. And that's going to be something we're going to have to keep an eye on.
as SIU team commits their 7th turnover. If it wasn't for those turnovers, they had more opportunities. We might be looking at even a larger deficit than Lopes could be possibly facing. Down 12 with the basketball, 6:42 to play. Needed to get a good shot here. Doesn't have to be a good make a basket, but you got to get a good shot.
Martin, the only face from last year out there right now. Freyer, Clark, Fifi Adu out there with Shaq Carr. Freyer can't believe he was called.
Freyer goes driving in here again. There you see the defender got down on that baseline and cut that baseline off, and Freyer just charged into him. And that's what happens when you leave your feet sometimes. You want to make that jump pass to get somebody open, but this SIU-E team is very well coached. That defender was smart. He got his foot right down on that baseline. Took away that driving angle.
Protected area pushed out to 4 feet. Women at 3. Eslick to his right, comes back out. Anderson, Thornton, bounce pass inside. Henry back out. The lefty from Thornton off the mark for 3.
That's where you want to live. Living outside in that arc, and then Clark does a nice job gobbling up the glass.
Quickly, Martin driving, pushes over. Fifi for 3, short, rebound, Cougars.
Yeah, Mark's got to turn his shoulders, get squared to that basket. You get that deep into the paint. It wasn't but about 8 feet away from the front of the rim.
Henry for 3, oh my goodness.
They're dropping them in from all over the place. Inside, outside, gets themselves to the free throw line, transition baskets.
Henry was 0 for 1 from the 3-point arc coming in. Martin off the mark. Henry to his left over to Thornton. Back inside on the feed. Cross court, Eslick. Carr got a little bit on that one, and it's short.
Yeah, he got out and challenged the shooter that time. One thing we hadn't seen the last couple times down the floor. Now you got Martin who's got to continue to shoot even when he missed that last 3. Got to be ready to shoot that ball.
Russell short. Under 5 to go, opening half. All Cougars.
I told you one of these teams would be shooting 4 for 22 tonight. Would you think it would be the Lopes?
No way. Eslick tried to use the glass. Big rebound. Russell on the run. Goes right, off the glass, draws the foul, the hoop, and the harm.
Hard-working basket right there. Even after the foul, he get knocked to the ground, but you can tell he's just exhausted, trying to get something in transition there, using his wheels. Gets that contact. Russell's so good, finishing amongst the trees. Got a couple buckets inside tonight. Opportunity to get 3 the hard way. This is next 4:27, very important for Grand Canyon. They can't lose touch with this SIU-E team. Coach Harris has his troops ready to play. They weren't looking past the Lopes to the Indiana game they got coming up. They were ready to play tonight.
Russell back at the line. Benton feeds it up. Jackson leaves for Anderson. Anderson eyed by Martin. Pulls back. Off balance shot off the mark to the left. Vernon leaves for Russell.
Nice job that time by Carr. Knowing the team is in the double bonus, he just kept putting pressure on that defense after that rebound. Wasn't a fast break, but it's still an opportunity to get bucket in transition. Carr just kept penetrating, finally got that body contact. Now he's got to go to the line. Knock him down.
Do you anticipate that the Lopes should be doing exactly this almost every time? Try to draw the foul?
Yeah, exactly, because your shot's not going right now. You're cold. You got to get out easy opportunities to score. And I think going to the free throw line's probably the easiest opportunity you can get besides getting a layup or a dunk.
Bit of a stunned look on those fans' faces.
What was that? Care Bears?
I believe so.
You'll have to explain that to me when we go to commercial. What's that got to do with Lopes?
Well, there's a panda here too. I'm sure.
That was a big, important stop right here. And anytime you've been down by 12, 15 points, you get it back underneath 10 to single digits. Plays a little havoc on the team you're trying to run down. And you can gain a psychological advantage even though you're still down 9 or 8 points. It feels a little easier, like you get less of a hill to climb.
The lead is 11 for SIU-E. 3:41 on the clock here in the opening half. Lopes trying to extend their 3-game winning streak. The Cougars are giving them everything they can handle.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening. Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Welcome back to GCU Arena. The Lopes trailing the Cougars with just over 3 to play. The score right now 31-20. Well, as we know, the Lopes started the season on the road, and it was a tougher test than going up against Duke. For the players, it was an experience they'll always remember playing at Cameron Indoor. But for Josh Braun, it wasn't his first time making that trip to Durham.
The second time I've been there, actually. When I was younger, we were 11. We happened to find a door open in the Cameron, walked on in it was nationals out on the East Coast of North Carolina when I was 11, and we were running around in the court and happened to run into Coach K there and everything. He wasn't too happy we were in there. We shouldn't have been in there, so we ended up having to leave. But that was the second time I'd been there. It was fun to play there, though, with the place packed and the Cameron's in there, and it was a cool environment, fun place to play.
Well, the first time he was there, Josh Braun getting in trouble by Coach K. The second time he was receiving the highest compliments from Coach K after his game there. Meanwhile, Josh out of the game so the last couple minutes with that left knee. I talked to the trainer. He said there's no update. He's still nursing that injury, but he is available to go out there and play. Guys, we'll see if that happens.
Baslick, hard work. Clark trying to take it to the hole on the other end. Can't imagine they wouldn't think they'd be uncontested. They got to go with a little bit more authority, don't they?
Yeah, they come out of here now. They've been watching the scouting report. That zone defenses has bothered GCU. It's just playing against man-to-man so much. After 2 layups, come out of a timeout. They go back to the zone defense.
Vernon, right hand, pulls down his own rebound. Bumping with Clark. Russell, he'll try for 3. He'll connect! Maybe that'll wake it up.
Yeah, maybe they'll get out of that zone as a result of Russell knocking down that 3. This is when you wish you had a player like Josh Braun who shoots so well behind the arc to be able to bust up and open a zone.
Anderson back out front. Simmons. Back to Simmons. Foul on Clark.
Well, a little tough call out there on Clark. Comes over, helps side defense. Wasn't a lot of contact. Probably could have let him play on, but I love that one there. Martin so quick at moving the basketball. Finds Russell in the corner.
Keenan Simmons from Michigan City, Indiana, junior.
75% shooter from the free throw line. Knocked that one down while he was Ray Allen shooting closer to 90%. That was back, iron, and down. Got Kerwin Smith checking in the basketball game to provide a little rim protection out there on the floor.
Clark sits down with 2 personal fouls.
Full court pressure defense after he made free throws. Martin gamely handled that.
Yep. Worked well in the press. Russell, Vernon, go to his left, bounce pass down low. Another one underneath, and Kerwin Smith just muscled his way in.
Martin is just dishing right now. Kerwin Smith just checked into the game. Sometimes that first touch is hard to handle, but he got it cleanly, and he got up high and finished it.
Oh, looking to finish strong here. Oh, away. Oh, my goodness. Gracious.
Go back to that earlier basket there. Martin got the backdoor pass. He wasn't quite ready for it, but Kerwin Smith was ready for the pass that he got from Martin. That's where I like to see him finish it with 2 hands at 10-foot mark. Making huge strides. Not easy for a guy sat out entire season last year, redshirt. He's probably expected to come in here and see sparing minutes, but starting center goes down, Torrey, an injury, and with Clark in foul trouble here in this first half, now all of a sudden he's thrust into this basketball game. Nice to see him being ready to play, coming off the punt.
Barak Eslik from Istanbul, Turkey connects both free throws. Russell, bounce pass, Vernon. Moves into the paint. Back out, Martin. Ooh, Anderson got a hand on it.
SIU in that 1-2-2 zone.
Carter was right. Russell drives baseline. Oh. There's a head scratcher. Eslik high off the glass and in.
Not used to seeing this GCU team. A lot of indecision.
Yeah.
Facing this zone here, kind of guys jumping in the air and then either charging or making errant passes and leading to easy opportunities for the Cougars.
Russell, 3 to the right.
Now you're gonna get Kerwin Smith coming up over the back on that one. Coach Marley a little perplexed on that sideline, one with the officials, and I think two with the way his team has performed here in the first 19 minutes of this half. They just have not brought it to the yard, getting beat on both ends of the court.
Yeah, at this point, these 58.4 probably can't come soon enough.
Yeah, they need to get a locker room and regroup. Yeah. And normally you see that 3 to 4 minute area in the first half. It's where GCU kind of maybe not has the lead, but at least they get the momentum. They have the momentum going to the locker room. Can't say that here tonight. I think it's been all SIU-E right from the very beginning. They take the momentum to the locker room unless the Lobes can do something in this final 58 seconds.
Oh my goodness. They definitely came and threw the first punch. Back out Martin quickly to Russell. Martin leaves for Carr. 12 on the shot clock. Russell to Carr. 8, 7, 6. Martin 5, 4. Pulls back 3. Off the mark. Kerwin Smith. Be careful. 20. Timeout. 18.8 on the clock. Cougars on top, 42-25.
Yeah, well, a 20-second timeout to try to draw up the final play for these last 18 seconds.
Send it over to Kate.
Well, guys, as you mentioned, some famous faces here in the crowd. And when a guy is 6'6" and you're interviewing, you just ask him to sit down so you look normal. Cedric Sabala, so great to have you in the house. What do you think of this atmosphere here?
It is crazy. I mean, they've just done a great job with the fan support. The student section is the routines. I mean, I'm not a dancer, but I can groove with them. I can groove with them.
We'd like to see that. Maybe we can get you and Scott out there later. Now, you are former players with Dan Marley. Back when he was your teammate, did you see him be a collegiate coach?
Well, it's so tough because I'm teammates with Dan and also teammates with Bubba Wells, who's coaching on the other side. But this team is really Dan's his portray. They play hard, they play effective, but we got to get Wayne a little bit more active. And then I think when they make some more shots, they'll come back and get this one.
All right, thanks for your insight and hopefully bringing the team good luck. Serious fan, guys, is listening to the radio broadcast and dialed in with the program in hand.
Oh my, Eslick has a look for the Havocs. Martin with a long shot off the glass.
Coach Harris Drew used that 20-second timeout effectively.
Yes, he did.
Got Eslick the shot he wanted right there on that right wing and knocked it down. Can't believe the Lopes are down by 20, Barry.
We might want to be on a 7-second delay when we get out to send it over to Kate and with the head coach, Dan Marley. Kate?
Thank you very much. Well, Coach, obviously the team off to a slow start in this first half. What did you see happening out there?
Well, didn't make a shot, and then we wouldn't take shots. I mean, we've seen zone a lot this year, and obviously Josh not playing hurts us. Guy can make some shots, but guys just lost confidence. Did a terrible job defensively as far as keeping them off the boards and just playing with no confidence right now. So, you know, we got to find a way in the second half to get our confidence back and make some shots.
What's the message to the team to get that momentum back and to get that confidence? What do you say to them?
Can't be scared. I mean, they work hard every day in practice, and it's time to play. I mean, shoot the ball, you either make it or miss it. It's that easy. Simple as that. Shoot the ball if you're open.
All right, go fire up the team. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you to Kate and to head coach Dan Marley. I'm sure he'll have plenty more to say to his team when he makes it into the locker room. Timeout is halftime. Kate will be back with much more. We'll have it for you here from GCU Arena as the Cougars have come to play. They lead it 45-25 over the Lopes.
Our company's Comfortpedic Inc. We're a local mattress company here. It's a small family business that my dad started. Now we are providing the dorm mattresses to the most recent dorms here at GCU. One of my professors, he was a professor for my junior year, Paul Waterman. He was the one that started everything. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible. I came up with a short presentation, a very quick business pitch. I presented Dr. Gibb with my company history, and he loved it. So first we started with the hotel mattresses. Brett Courtwhite was very helpful, and everything ran smoothly. From there, we began with the dorm mattresses. We asked them what exactly they were looking for in a dorm mattress, and that's when we started to come up with a prototype. We brought in one of the mattresses that GCU currently has. We opened it up. We saw where they needed improvement and what we could do best to maximize a better prototype. And we came up with the mattresses that we have now, and after that everything ran pretty smoothly, thankfully. You can see the community thriving along with GCU, and just the fact that GCU was willing to buy locally from a company that's only 10 minutes away, you can tell that they really want the community to grow with them. I'm very proud to say I'm a Lope, and I tell it to everyone, go to GCU, Lopes up. I'm very, very proud.
Welcome back. A live look inside GCU Arena where the cheer team is performing their national cheer routine that has taken them to very many award-winning performances. And they're hoping to cheer on the Lopes in the second half as the Lopes are down 20 at the break to the Cougars. I'm Kate Longworth here with your Lopes halftime show, and I am joined by Gerald Seidner, who, thank you so much for being here. I'm a member of the Glendale Police Department, and you're here tonight to promote SWAG.
Yes.
Take me through exactly what that is all about.
Well, SWAG stands for Students with Aspiring Goals. It's a program to help us identify 7th and 8th graders who are just overall good citizens at their schools. Once those kids are identified by the staff of the elementary school, they provide that information to us, and then we make contact with the student. We give them a certificate of appreciation, a t-shirt, and then we bring them to events like this.
And you guys have an amazing partnership with GCU. This is the third year you guys have attended a basketball game like this. Take me through what it means to have this partnership.
Well, it's really important for us to have these partnerships with GCU. It gives the kids an opportunity to see different experiences and things of that nature, and to understand that all the hard work that they put into is appreciated by so many people.
What's it mean to the students that you guys reach out to and make a part of the SWAG program?
It's important that we reach out to young people and have that positive interaction early in life so that we're able to have a long, extended relationship because these are going to be the citizens that we serve as we serve them now, so it's important that we start that relationship early.
And so often you hear you guys are giving up your time and giving back to the community and really influencing these young lives. But do you feel something from it as well? Does it give back to you being involved in a program like SWAG?
Absolutely. I'm a school resource officer at Ironwood High School, and having an opportunity to see the young people grow after being at the school for 4 years, because all these kids will come to my high school, and so I'll get an opportunity to see them grow as young adults, and it's very fulfilling.
Well, thank you so much for your service and all you're doing for the community.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us, and you stay right there with us right after this commercial break. Barry Mattel and Scott Williams will be back with highlights, stats, and much, much more. The Lopes trying to get back on top of this one. We'll be right back.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT. At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty and student advisors. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Finding the right college isn't always simple.
The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow.
That's why I chose Grand Canyon University.
Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home.
With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Back live at GCU Arena, the Cougars on top of the Lopes, 45-25. Barry Mattel alongside Scott Williams. So glad you could join us for GCU basketball this evening. As the Lopes definitely got, they got smacked in the mouth here by SIU-E.
Yeah, no other way to put it, but they did get smacked in the mouth. They were not ready to perform tonight.
Yep, let's take a look at our Hyundai halftime highlights as we have not too many on the Lopes side for you to show you. As you will want to tell you to shop buyhyundai.com today. Ellis with the putback and one.
Yeah, Ellis got it started right there. The freshman going underneath, and this is why the Cougars shot 53% in that first half, and Russell finally got GCU going after a 12-0 start by the Cougars. Then Harris knocked in a 3-point shot. Vernon underneath. He was trying to do what he could do to provide some opportunities offensively, but I couldn't believe Henry knocks that one in from outside. He banked it in, and that's Henry knocking one down. Then Russell, he was about the only one trying to shoot out there. The Lopes were 1 for 11 from behind the arc. He took opportunities of going inside and getting buckets inside like this one by Kerwin Smith, finishing high and hard. Then he called the 22nd timeout to draw up this last one, and Hessling for 3. He had 12 points in the first half, but Jalen Henry 9 and 5. Simmons had 5 boards. They shoot 55% from behind the arc, and Lopes are down 20 at home and a half. I don't remember Lopes being down 20 at home and a half in the 3 years we've been working together, buddy.
1 of 11 from three-point land. Obviously, the lingering injury to that knee for Josh Braun is limiting his time on the court. That is a huge, huge loss to this point. Hopefully, somehow, some way, Josh Braun can recover and find some quality minutes because they need him. I mean, Russell has 11 points. The rest of the starters have 2.
Yeah,
they've got 14.
They're not getting it done. We thought that Martin might be one of those guys that could provide some opportunities for some scoring, help out Russell and Braun, and certainly with Braun being out, I don't know if we'll see him again tonight. Hopefully that we do. I'm no trainer, but it seems like he's really limping hard out there. You have to worry about his availability for Saturday as well.
Well, we'll see what happens here in the second half as the teams get back on the hardwood. We'll see if Marley's message resonates for the Lopes. They are down 45-25 to SIU-E. Stay with us.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back. A live look inside GCU Arena. The Havoc still keeping in good spirits, hoping for quite a different outcome in this second half as the Lopes are down by 20. Right now the score 45-25, Cougars on top. I'm Kate Longworth. Let's take a look now at the leading scorers through the first half. You got to remember now that the Lopes only had 7 buckets in that first half. Dwayne Russell, though, leading the way with 14 points, 4 for 13 on the floor, 5 of 7 at the free throw line. Keontae Vernon with 4, Shaq Harr registering with 3. And then you look at the Cougars, and they are making things happen. Eslick with 12 points, Henry with 9, Anderson with 6, Simmons with 5. Cougars dominating in that first half. As you'll remember, it took until the 15-minute mark that the Lopes even got their first bucket. They were down 12-0 at that point. But with a lopsided start like that, perhaps it will start that way in the second half in the Lopes' favor. Dan Marley said his team needs confidence. Did his message at halftime pay off? We will see right after this.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT. At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty and student advisors. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Josh Braun Hoping that that knee holds out here in the second half, but he saw 10 minutes of action and only had one shot. As Dwayne Russell led the way with 14 points, but the Lopes are down by 20. In 19 minutes, it's been the Dwayne Russell show offensively for the Lopes, unfortunately, the only player.
Yeah, he's had 4 of the Lopes' 7 field goals in this contest. A lot of them have been having to get the ball inside the painted area there. And got the 1 3-point shot to drop, but most of his damage been done going to the basket and getting himself to the foul line. Coach Marley needs somebody else to step up offensively tonight.
Women's basketball playing really well under head coach Trent May. The recent GCU Thanksgiving Invitational. The Washington Huskies and the GCU women's basketball team on the road, though, tomorrow at UC Riverside. Be sure to come out to the arena Thursday, December 1st. That's when they host the Huskies from the Pac-12 Conference. The Huskies, who made the Final Four last year, are off to another great start, led by Phoenix native Chantel Osahor, a graduate of St. Mary's High School. Tip-off set for 7 p.m. The Havocs have shown up. Josh Braun is not on the floor to begin the second half. Shaq Carr is out there.
Yeah, Lopes going small here. Hopefully they can put some pressure on these guards, extend that pressure, get some easy opportunities, get some points opportunities, turnovers, maybe get some fast break points as well. They didn't do a good enough job getting enough fast break points. Only 2 fast break points in that first half. Come on now, that's not Lopes basketball.
Gaslick out to Anderson. Back to Barak. Anderson takes the shot from 3-point land. Short, rebound, kicked up, pushed out by the Cougars. Frayer trying to get a hand on it. Gaslick able to gather it in. Not sure if there's contact with Anderson or not. Ellis goes underhand. Not enough. Trying to pull down the rebound, but pulled away by the Lopes.
I know they came up empty on that one, but boy, did Ellis get right to the front of the Lopes basket there. They got to do a better job protecting the rim.
Foul underneath on Jalen Henry. His second personal foul.
Clark likes going on that right shoulder turn, using that left-hand hook. He's drawn contact a couple times, and sometimes he's rewarded with the foul call.
Russell takes it himself off the glass.
He's been down on that floor a lot tonight, putting a lot of torque on those ankles, getting on just a seam on that defense, getting that ball up off glass. He's doing his part tonight. He just needs some help.
That's pass heavy traffic. Somehow the Cougars end up with it. Stop, short, foul. Good grief. Martin called.
I got called for the foul. I kind of wonder if that's one that might have just fooled the official. I think Martin got a lot of ball on that one, but because the shot was so short, the official might have thought that he got a piece of his wrist. But I think it was really good defense, but the official might have anticipated as a reaction to how the shot went rather than actually seeing the play.
Keenan Simmons at the line. Jacks on both. Russell eyed by Anderson. Pushes out, driving baseline. Shaq Carr pushes out. Frayer looking. Short. Pulled down by Simmons. Up for Anderson, driving. Underneath and in. Good grief.
That's the kind of play that we're really driving coaching staff nuts. You get a corner three and no one gets back in transition. And I had mentioned at the first play of the basket that they got right to the Lopes basket there, was able to get a shot up. But this one here, put it in R for reverse. Goes the other side of the bucket after the body contact, gets the three-point play. The largest deficit I think the Lopes have ever had. We've been witness here on their home floor. Interesting to see how this team responds without their best player on the floor.
And Freyer's on the court with 4 personal fouls.
They can afford Freyer to pick up his 5th. They can't have Braun on the bench and Freyer fouled out.
Russell stops, pops. Rebound, pulled down Cougars. Ellis. Esslin. Ellis. Cross over underneath. Doesn't fall, but a nice move by Ellis.
Yeah, they got to remember he's left-handed. They got to take that strong hand away.
Hard drives.
He stole a page out of that Cougars book there. He got that basketball and rebounded. They got to the rim. Got an opportunity to get the foul call. You can see Carr does a nice job working to the outside of the defender's body that time. He might have been set, but when you get to the shoulder, the side and hip area of the defender trying to take the charge, more than often you'll get the benefit of the whistle.
Henry picks up his 3rd. And the crowd is trying to do their part. Man, it was like you could hear a pin drop in here.
They're well trained, aren't they? I don't even think even the personal conversations stop when there's a GCU player on the line. Well, the Havocs have they've brought their game tonight. They just can't get the GCU team to find their A game.
Jack connects on both. Henry takes a seat with those 3 personal fouls. Brandon Jackson in.
You have one of those 8-0 spurts or a 10-2 run for the Lopes to give them some confidence here and start cutting into that deficit. 17 minutes is a lot of time, but you got to see some life, some mini bursts out of this team.
Simmons, turnaround, too heavy, pulled down, Russell. Carr. Ellis on him. Carr comes up, stripped away. Ellis, long pass up, picked off by Martin as Ellis is looking for Anderson. Back up quickly, 5. Up high, too much for Darian Clark.
Clark would have been better suited that time going up with that 2 hands and putting that one down, but it was a really high pass. I don't know if he had the extension to be able to get 2 hands on it.
Russell hits it for 2 at the line. Oh, I thought maybe his toes were just beyond that arc, but
I thought it was a 3. They may have to review that one in the next dead ball. Russell looked like he was behind that arc. That one was spit halfway back out before it went back in. That's one of those hard way to get a bucket to go down tonight. They'll take them any way they can, I suppose.
Ellis moves right, twists left. Loses the handle. Timeout on the floor, 15:59 on the clock as the Lopes trying to chip away. Here in the second half of play, without Josh Braun nursing that apparent left knee injury that's keeping him out of the game. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
All right, guys. Well, I am saying this correctly. I am joined now by a member of the ice hockey team here and the club coach for the ice hockey team here at GCU Arena, at GCU rather. Now, ice hockey in the desert, you don't always hear that. So Daniel Roy, just take me through how it came about organizing this program.
There's actually, you don't think ice hockey here in Arizona, but there's actually a lot of hockey here.
Right, and there's obviously the trail.
Tons, so there's the popularity for it this is a perfect time to build a program, and that's definitely why GCU Club Sports has jumped in on it.
That's great, and how successful have you guys been in that first season?
It's an uphill battle, for sure. The recruiting numbers weren't there to get us to be as competitive as we wanted, but the popularity is growing and the team's getting better every week we step on the ice. That's all we can ask for right now.
And Jake Bideman is a player for the hockey team. What is it like for you to be competing with this club team?
It's a lot of fun. It's fun going out and playing schools and still getting to play hockey every day. It's great.
And you guys are you guys going up against so far this season? Who will you continue to play?
Sorry. We got a 31-game schedule for a first-year program. Great. We're playing schools like Arizona State, Northern Arizona, UNLV, San Diego State. So we're playing some big universities and a very competitive schedule.
Where do you guys practice?
We play at AZS Peoria. That's where we practice and play our home games.
And Jake, you guys are hoping to expand the program next year to another men's team and also a women's team. What do you say to people out there who want to be a part of this? Why would they want to join the hockey team?
We have a great, Danny runs the program really well. It's a lot of fun, and GCU is a great school, so come play.
All right, great. There's an endorsement. Thanks so much, guys. And guys, as I said, you don't always associate ice hockey here in the desert, but we know there's a lot of great programs, and it's great to see this club team taking over here at GCU.
Thank you, Kate. Who doesn't love hockey? Right, Scott? Is that right up there with your...
Were we talking about that before the game? Yeah. I'll keep my opinion to myself on there.
Oh, that's awful. Long shot attempt by Martin off the mark. Up over the top.
I so want that kid to have some success. Every time I'm pulling for him, he shows confidence. He's got a nice stroke. It's just not able to get him down. But like Coach Marley says, just because you missed one, he was a shooter. He knows you got to think the next one's going down. You got to keep firing.
Russell 6 of 16 for 18 points, 0 assists. Needs some help. Simmons third.
A nice job boxing out. I think it was Martin that he's with the box out, went over his back. This GCU team, and they got Vernon back in there off the bench to provide some rebound and some tough defense inside, but still a small team on the floor.
Check Carr off the glass, doesn't drop, pulled down.
Thought Shaq had an opportunity to get that layup to go down. He had a nice move out of the perimeter to get to the basket, but $10 move with a 10-cent finish. Got to finish those down there.
Ellis with that elbow hit Russell. Vernon stops it.
It was Frere and Vernon down there. They had a block party down on that left block. Look at shooting numbers. My goodness. 25% for the Lopes. Poor as I can ever remember in 3 years.
Heslick, 3, short. Up over the top.
They're starting to cool off some as well after shooting 53% in the first half. Their numbers are way down. They're down in the 45% area as well. So the Lopes can shut this team down, but they got to get some buckets at the other end. That time it was a nice job by the young freshman Oscar Frere, taking it hard to the hole.
See if we can get a spark here going in the second half as Jackson's called for the personal foul.
Yeah, it needs more than a spark. They're going to need a fire. Down 19, under 15 to play. They got to have something really good happen, and it's got to happen in a quick way where you get, a 10-2 run in 90 seconds, 2 minutes. It's got to start to develop here. If they're going to get any kind of momentum, because this SIU-E team has really handled every run the Lopes has thrown out.
Frere connects. Yeah, the second half, SIU-E started 1 of 8. Fortunately, the Lopes 2 of 7. Underneath the bucket, put back. Ooh, hard fall there by Keenan Simmons.
Well, Simmons went up with a dunk there, and while he was in the air, I think it was Frere. I would make that Vernon that came over and tried to block the shot, caused him to lose his balance and try to hold on to the rim to regain his balance. As you can see, his hand slipped off the basket. Thank goodness nobody was seriously injured.
Russell. Up over the top with Simmons. Loose ball. Vernon with the left hand put back.
Keontae Vernon always with the nose for the basketball. He didn't stop playing. Look at GCU now with a little full court pressure, trying to speed up this tempo of this game.
Oh, Martin just couldn't get on it. Going on it, and he picks it off.
Oh, my goodness, how many steals has Martin got flying in transition?
3. Vernon can't gather it in and taken away by Simmons.
Shaq Clark with a nice pass underneath to Vernon. Wasn't quite ready for it.
Dallas. Driving. Martin shut the door down and picked off by Clark. Back for Vernon off the glass and in!
That was pretty basketball right there. That's the kind of play you need to get this crowd fired up. Cut to that deficit.
Timeout on the floor, and the Lopes been resuscitated. 52-37 the score.
I love this one here by Shaq Carver. Look at his, got his eyes and his head's up, and he knows his big man's trailing the play. Take away the wings, try to draw the charge, and Vernon, wow, nice move for a big man. Does just enough to change his angle of attack at the basket, and then lays it up softly with the kiss.
They probably pulled that play off numerous times as teammates at Southern Idaho. Fans, be sure to get your GCU men's basketball tickets now. Season and single game tickets on sale. Great non-conference games upcoming against Louisville this Saturday. Good luck with a ticket. San Diego State coming up December 7th, along with WAC conference matchup against New Mexico State. And CSU Bakersfield, they're on the schedule. Reserve your tickets now by contacting the GCU box office at 602-639-8979. Or just log on to lopestickets.com. So the Lopes showing signs of life. Dan Marley trying to get his team charged up to rally a comeback.
Yeah, we're down by 23 at 1 point here in the second half, and Keontae Vernon's come off that bench, and he's provided that spark that you were talking about. 4 points right around that rim. And I love that one because he got that working hard. Transition. You're down there and one in the rim, and you got to run the length of the court. Your point guard would always reward you with a little layoff handoff there, and he just grabbed that thing as it's floating around and laid it right in the basket.
Oscar Freier's got to be careful. 4 personal fouls for Freier.
Yeah, you see the numbers there, Vernon. He 8 points and 2 assists, and also throwing 8 rebounds for Vernon as well. So on his way for a double-double this evening. I don't think he cares about his stats. He wants to win. He wants to make sure that the Lopes walk out of this floor victorious. And he's anchoring the back end of this full-court pressure defense right now. Look for him to creep up and maybe try to steal one of these long passes.
Freier takes a seat. Fifi Adu in. Oh, Essler bumped into by Martin. Harris down low inside to Henry. Put back Simmons with the rebound.
Carr got caught on the big, on the taller player underneath, but you don't have to actually come up with the rebound. If you're Carr, just keep him from getting it. That's all you got to do sometimes. I may not get it, but my man's not going to get it either.
Come on, bounce pass, Vernon! No doubt about it!
They're really working the inside of that SIU defense right now. Keontae Vernon doing a nice job getting in there, being ready to receive the pass.
Swarmed over there by the Cougars.
I think they called a foul that time along the baseline. Might have gotten Martin. No, just to say that Martin deflected the basketball out of bounds. There's one here by Vernon right there. Shaq Carr, beautiful pass underneath. Vernon tried to break the rim.
Benton pulls back. Harris, their leading scorer. Essler, lethal from long range this evening. Harris pulls back. Right at the shot clock buzzer. Off the mark. Fifi. Martin quickly over to Russell. Russell pulls back. 3-point attempt. Short. Simmons with the rebound.
All right, so much success going inside. I would love to see Russell try to put that one and drive and maybe penetrate and pitch or dish it back underneath like Carr's done with the bigs underneath.
Benton, Simmons, Essler. Henry. Backing in on Vernon. Picked off by Jared Martin. Martin on the run. Fifi quickly back out. Carr pulls back. 3. Oh, Short off the mark, pulled back in, Fifi keeps it in. Good hustle by the Lopes.
You got to realize that didn't hit the rim, only 13 to shoot.
Whoa, underneath, too tight. Vernon's got to pull back, doesn't go. Not sure why Russell just didn't let it go.
Yeah,
higher percentage shot, and he's on fire tonight.
And then Vernon kind of backed away from the basket and shot kind of a backing away 10-footer.
Underneath, oh, if that would have dropped, that would have been pretty for the Cougars, but it didn't. Martin draws the foul. Nice work on Harris.
Yeah, Martin breathing hard out there, but nice job that time. Anytime he showed the fake with the idea, I'm going to take it in there and finish and not the pitch.
Exactly 11 left to go on the clock. Can the Lopes stage the comeback? Down 54-39 to the Cougars from SIU-E. Leave it right here.
Founded on the belief that the entrepreneurial dream is an engine that drives innovation forward in a global marketplace, the Colangelo College of Business educates and develops values-driven business leaders. Our graduates exemplify the principles of servant leadership and entrepreneurship. GCU's strong Christian identity informs the education you receive, integrating our Christian values with the business curriculum. The college features more than 25 programs from the bachelor through the master's level, catering to traditional, evening, and online students. These programs serve a diverse set of aspiring business professionals who not only learn in the classroom, but gain real-world experience operating actual businesses. Our students also receive unique access to Jerry Colangelo's legendary experience, leadership, and connections throughout the business world. Find out more at gcu.edu/business.
Welcome back to GCU Arena. I'm Kate Longworth. The Lopes staging a comeback. Right now the score, Cougars on top, 54-39. Well, the Havocs, they are here in full effect tonight, and they will be continuing this spirit all week long. As number 14 Louisville comes to town on Saturday, tip-off at 7 p.m. We'll, of course, have Lopes pregame show coming up at 6:30. As for the students, well, they'll be with no rest preparing for this game. First, it is a purple out on Saturday, so get those purple ready. Second, these students will be camping out just like they do across the nation for big games. So the kids are going to head out to the pond. They'll be intense camping out starting on Friday, and they will stay there for the 24 hours leading up to the game. Special guests will be heading out there, maybe some food deliveries, who knows. But as you can imagine, if the Havocs bring it all the time for these games with an opponent like Louisville in town, it's going to be crazy.
Did Kate say she's camping out?
I could see Kate out there in a sleeping bag in a tent, camping out. I talked to Brian Mueller before the game. He said he's going to be out there with the Havocs for a little while. I don't think he's spending the night.
You don't think so?
But he says he's going to go out there with the pizza. They're going to do pizza deliveries and go out there and pump up the crowd.
I like it. Look at the work. Look at the work. Martin underneath off the glass.
Very nice. That's what you need. More points off of turnovers right there. Now GC with 11 points off of turnovers. This full court pressure obviously bothering the Cougars.
Martin stepping up his game big time. The Lopes not taking it lying down. Harris, three. Oh, that hurts.
That did hurt. That's just their first three in the second half. They're doing a nice job defensively. They're just 4 for 14 shooting in the second half, but that was a big three when the Lopes were trying to cut it, get a stop, and then cut it to under double figures.
10 steals so far for the Lopes. Martin definitely stepping it up. Looks like he's got a bit of a bruised left shoulder. Martin pulls down, drives. Up high, hits the side of the backboard. He's trying to do a little bit too much. Ellis, high by Fifi. Henry came out. Harris tried to lay something in soft there, didn't go. Simmons picked up the rebound, pushed back out. Fresh 30 on the clock. 3 attempt, high rebound, pulled down by Vernon. 9.5 to go. Clark Pushes out Russell. Martin, open look for three. Oh, it rings out, tip back! Keontae Vernon!
Oh, Keontae Vernon is a man on the glass tonight. Nice job by Martin catching that pass and shooting it, but Keontae Vernon doing an even better job getting up that miss and putting it back in.
Martin and Vernon definitely stepping it up. Henry trying to drive. Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one to defend.
There we go again. I like that swing right over there. And Keontae Vernon doing a nice job. Something Randy Glaze did so well last year. But boy, this guy right here, he's got some good crafty moves down on that low block. Henry's found a way to get hoop and harm a few times tonight.
So Henry, Simmons, and Harris on the floor for the Cougars with 3 personal fouls.
They've done a nice job on Brock Eslick here in the second half, holding him scoreless in the second half, but guys like Henry and Harris have stepped up their games.
Jackson back on for Henry, and Jackson has 4 personal fouls. Folks need to get some of the Cougars in foul trouble.
He just got moving here. He was going to go right and then decided to come back left. Never put that basketball down. Good call by the officials all over that one.
Fifi in that reach. Got a fingertip on the pass, but not enough. Back to Ellis. 8.5 to go.
As GCU team a year ago came back from 18 down at UTRGV, but you're not going to come back from a large deficit. You keep giving up layups and three-point plays.
Russell, Carr. Carr drives, pushes back out. Fifi drives baseline up high off the glass. Demont, but Keontae Vernon again. Back to clean things up.
Keontae Vernon, I don't know where it would be in this basketball game if he wasn't cleaning up these misses.
14 points.
Yeah, doing a really good job crashing the glass. Nobody's putting a body on him. He's got another double-double tonight. Right there, just when his guys just turn and starts looking, he's just going to that rim. Ten boards, 14 points, couple of assists, good defense.
He's got to tighten that defense up. Like you said, though, they can't have uncontested layups. They've got to come out and get somebody and get in the face of those three-point attempts.
Well, Coach Tom Lee, he was, I don't want to say nervous, or concerned, but he said one of the keys was certainly going to be cutting down the driving angles to the basket and the offensive rebounds by this Cougars basketball club. And I didn't want to snicker in Coach's face, but I thought this will be easy, Coach. You know, this one's going to be one of those ones that'll be over with 10 minutes left to go in the game, and GCU should have an opportunity to kind of clear their bench. But boy, was I wrong. I can understand now his reason for concern. This Cougar team a lot better than their 3-3 record.
So Russell and Vernon 12 of 27 for 32 points, while the rest of the team is 3 of 22 for 15 points.
And that's not going to get it done. You're missing Josh Braun, who preseason player of the conference player of the year.
Take a look at the rankings. Kentucky just out today, 6-0. Villanova 6-0. North Carolina 6-0.
Rah-rah.
Kansas 6-0. Duke is 6-0. And followed out by Virginia, Xavier, Gonzaga, Baylor. You look at the rest. Louisville coming in at 14th. They're here, by the way, Saturday, if you haven't heard. Arizona at 5-1. Lopes will be traveling down to Tucson middle part of December to travel to take on the Wildcats.
You know, young kids, got a top 20 team coming in here, and I think they just look past these Cougars, but they still got just under 8 minutes to try to right that wrong.
Simmons, Harris, three-point attempt. Let's get a break there. Duke. Frayer on the hardwood now. He's got 4 personal fouls. Martin. Russell. Oh, cuts through. Ellis got a hand on it. Went off of his knee, apparently, did Russell, as Ellis didn't get a hand on it.
Oh, no, they're saying he dropped it off his knee and went out of bounds. So you get the stop you want, and you get the penetration that you want from Russell, but just unfortunate, not able to finish.
Frayer backs off, got to be careful.
He's got to be very careful, as you mentioned, with those 4 fouls. And remember that Ellis is a lefty. Plays with the ball in his hand, all right, but ultimately he wants to drive to his left.
Yeah, we got a couple, right? Thornton also southpaw. Anderson. Oh, there we go. Oscar Frayer.
Zero's on the shot clock, and that has to be the one that Freyer's got to realize. I just can't make that foul call. Can't even go up and contest it. Hands in my pocket. You got to play with my body and stay in front of the defender. Now, where does Coach Marley go here with Braun injured? He's going small. He's going to get Shaq Carr back in the game.
Frayer fouls out. Carlos Anderson of Alton, Illinois at the line.
Yeah, Anderson's having a nice little basketball game tonight, and it hasn't been, Ellis that's been hurting them tonight, or it's been some of the other guys, Anderson and Henry, Simmons. They got 4 guys now on the floor, all in double figures.
Martin and Russell. To Carr, back to Martin. Martin to Fifi-Adu. Oh my, it drags that left foot. Oh. Got to play more aggressively with more confidence.
Adu out here kind of hesitant with that basketball. And a couple turnovers down the stretch here.
These types of plays are deflating. Where you had that big burst of momentum for a while.
You got to give this Cougars team credit. Every time
no doubt.
The Lopes have made a little bit of a sprint. You got the crowd back in it. They don't see a lot of opponents silence that Lopes crowd.
Anderson tried to weave through, not enough there. Carr up high, foul. Ellis.
Well, that's what you need. You've got to find a way to get turnovers that lead to layups, or turnovers that lead to fouls, where you have an opportunity to start scoring with the clock stopped. Because you can see right now, I don't think the Lopes are going to be able to put together one of those big spurts where they go off on a 12-0 or 10-2 run. They're going to have to figure out a way to start scoring with that clock being stopped here.
Ellis with 3 personal fouls. So they have quite a few players with 3. Jackson with 4.
I don't feel it's one of these games where the Lopes aren't trying to work hard. They're just having one of those games where things aren't really going right for them. They're playing hard, not really playing smart, and not taking away a lefty's left hand, or not putting a body on somebody, crashing the glass, not getting in the driver lane. Look, there's an easy pass inside.
Oh my!
Oh, led to a high percentage shot that they weren't able to finish.
Yeah, that was a big break. Carr looking to create on his own. Oh, tip back for Vernon. Oh man, he's like the cleaner. He sweeps up.
He's doing it all right now, except popping the popcorn in GCU Arena. He's going to get another steal.
Oh man, the bounce didn't go their way. Fifi got the hand in on Eslick.
Can't give up an easy layup. That's a good hard foul there by the young player, coming down and cracking somebody, making him earn it from the line. But how about Vernon? This is a beautiful move by Carr. Just kind of gets that thing stuck on his hip for a second. Wasn't able to control it, but how many times in the second half alone have we seen Vernon going hard to the rim and getting an easy follow-up basket? And I would say those are garbage points, but they're not. Those are hard-working baskets that Vernon's able to follow back in.
Vernon with 16 points, 12 rebounds, 5 are offensive rebounds.
Now under 6, down 13. This is crunch time right now for the Lobes here. What they do in these next 3 to 4 minutes to determine the outcome of this basketball game. Can they find it inside to try to make this a 6 to 7 point game with just a minute to go?
14-point lead for the Cougars. Russell moves to his right. Martin pulls down. Russell. Tied by Ellis. Martin pulls down, drives. Fifi looks for 3. Rings out, pushed out by Vernon, a fresh 30. Carr pushes, draws the foul. Oh, what? Oh, my.
Coach Marley is beside himself. He's screaming at the officials. You can see the defender's out. He's outside the restricted area, but I wouldn't. Questionable to see whether or not Carr had already started his takeoff. You can't slide on a player once he's already in the air. I think maybe that's why Coach Marley might have been upset. Oh, 10-second violation. Lopes doing a nice job defensively. Forced the violation there on the Cougars, and they'll get the ball back even after the turnover by Shaq Carr. So 14 points, 5 minutes, that's doable.
Definitely. Got to tighten it up, though, defensively. Trying to drive some fouls here, get some Cougars in foul trouble. Fifi, no bucket.
Yeah, they got Vernon. He set a man-sized pick underneath. And it was Simmons that tried to run right through the chest of Vernon. Didn't even attempt to go around the screen, and that's going to send Vernon to the line for a 1-and-1.
Simmons with 4 personal fouls.
You know, we talk about making foul shots down the stretch. Vernon's not the guy you really want going on the line right here after the Lopes, but let's see if he's game to make it. On the other end, you may have to start thinking about fouling on the other end yourself. And Ellis is a 50% shooter. Henry's a 60% shooter. Jackson, if he gets in the game, he's a 40% shooter. So with Vernon doing such a good job on the glass, he's got to do a better job on the free throw line. They know he's a 4 shooter. They'll foul him, send him to the line, and try to protect their lead.
Anderson, bounce pass. Henry trying to turn on Vernon. Travel.
Nice job that time by Vernon playing without fouling on that block. But the only thing I would say about that, do your work a little early. You know, he's catching that ball below the free throw line. Maybe you want to try to take that pass away, but boy, does he do a nice job after that move there, staying low, not getting off his feet. And Henry's tries to do a lot of spin moves and pump fakes underneath. Vernon wasn't biting on any of it.
Brandon Jackson checks back in for the Cougars. He has 4 personal fouls. 4.5 and counting. Martin. Russell pulls back, looking for 3, and he connects! And he connects!
Oh, I love that one right there. You got to be aggressive. You got to have somebody step up back in that 2-2-1 full court zone press.
Trouble. Ellis swarmed by Martin. Bounce pass. Oh, almost goes the fingertips of Anderson. Just a blind cross-court pass, Harris. 10 on the shot clock. Harris trying to drive down baseline, pulls back. Who's it belong to?
Lopes basketball. Right. Nice job by Russell. He did a good job knocking down the 3, then comes down and gets his hand on the ball and gets it back for his mates.
This is going to go down to the wire. The Lopes trying to battle their way back. Down 64-53. We'll step aside and take a timeout and be back with more.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening. Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Welcome back. Just under 4 minutes to play here at GCU Arena. Is it enough time for the Lopes to stage a comeback down 11 right now to the Cougars? I'm Kate Longworth. Well, they don't call him Zero the Hero for nothing. Tonight, the Lopes not bringing their A game necessarily at all times, but Zero the Hero stepping up when needed with 21 points so far in the game. Now, this is something Dwayne Russell worked hard on his game this past summer. In and out of the gym day after day, shooting. And well, now it's paying off.
Coach TJ and Coach Brendan really just shooting with them every day. And I also shot with a lot of people on the team who were better than me at shooting, like Jared, Josh. I shot with those guys, worked out with them, challenging myself to make shots because, you know, if you miss 2 or 3 shots in a row shooting with those guys, you're not going to make a shot, so because they're knocking everything down. So they really challenged me this summer.
What I like about this is that Dwayne Russell, obviously such a complete player already, but self-reflecting and knowing what he needs to work on to make his game even that much better, and goes out there and puts the work in. And guys, I think we're seeing it pay off in his game this year, and we've been talking about it. He is happy and feeling grateful to have this extra year of eligibility, trying to make the best of it. And oh, wouldn't a comeback victory really top that off?
No doubt about that, Kate. Yeah, Russell and Vernon now 14 of 29 from the field, 48%. The rest of the team, 3 of 23 for 13%. Wayne Russell once again trying to carry the burden here with Keontae Martin, 3 short off the mark. Vernon again trying to come in along the Cougars.
Yeah, they drew up the play for Martin to come off that down street on the weak side, try to get that straightaway 3, but he missed it badly.
Martin 0 for 8, 3-point land.
Yeah, it's not good, but you got to keep shooting it because they're going to need 3-point shots now. So if it's either going to be Russell or Martin, I don't know if Adu or Carr have the range.
Oh, Harris does.
Oh no, that might be one of those shots now with under. Well, right at 3 minutes and 13 seconds to play, he puts you back down 24 points. Excuse me, 14 points. That's going to be tough.
Russell. Martin. 9-8. Shot clock. Carr driving. Foul.
That's the penetration you need. They drive it in there, opportunity to score again with the clock stopped. Be able to slap that press on him again, hope to try to turn him over after he makes a couple free throws, but just that's not the player. You don't want Vernon having to fire out from underneath the basket to defend somebody out behind the arc.
What would you do? Either do what Shaq Carr just did, trying to draw the foul quickly here to try to get to the line, or try to get that open look like Martin did quickly, right? I mean, because every precious pass is taken off a precious second.
Yeah, I mean, 2 minutes and 55 seconds. I mean, we haven't seen the spark that we want. Would you think that that's a lot of time left to play? But it still is a lot of time left to play. But you got to keep putting this pressure on him in this backcourt here. Hope to try to create some turnovers, or maybe another 10-second violation.
Anderson crosses the line. Back to Ellis. Back over to his left for Anderson. Eyed by Carr. Henry tries to come out. He slashes in, goes up high. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, 3-point shots and layups is not what you want to give up if you're the Lopes right now.
Adu to Russell. Martin for 3. Threes have not been kind. Russell's going to try it, and he connects!
All right, well, I think you may have to identify that Russell right now might be the only guy that's got the confidence to make a 3-point shot. Carr and Adu haven't looked at shooting it from behind the basket. And Martin, God bless him, he's trying hard out there, but 0 for 9, that's not your night. I love this one here. Carr goes down there amongst the trees, gets that rebound, and just delivers a strike to Russell. That's one of those passes, gets him between the shoulders and above the waistband there, and easy catch and shoot opportunity. He knocks it down.
Dwayne 3 for 6, 3-point land. The rest of the team 0 for 15. Jared Donans is the best stat man in the business, but what he's been feeding me here lately has really been somewhat depressing.
Not necessarily the stats you want to be passed
Except
here.
with Dwayne Russell.
Dwayne Russell's been fantastic. When you talked about 18 home wins a year ago and tied for second in the country, and then you have a team like SIU come in here, you're thinking, okay, that's another tune-up for Louisville. It's just 3-3, and sometimes they got that big three-point win. Oh, they're turning.
Martin Russell waits patiently, goes up high off the glass, draws the foul, doesn't get the bucket.
Would have been one of those ones that would have been nice to get the and one situation, but he got swarmed on pretty quickly there. Hopefully the officials will give him a little bit more time. I think he either got hit in the bridge of the nose or in the eyes. Got his jersey up over his face. And great job by Martin. He didn't get as much on that pass as he would have liked. They couldn't tell if he got a foot across the bridge of the nose as the defender went by. Take a look at it again here. It looked like he got kneed right in the nose. That's
I think they're going to take a look at it.
Oh yeah, he said he kicked his foot out at him. That's exactly what he did. He took a foot to the chops.
I can't ill afford to have any injuries. The officials are going to be taking a look. Hopefully we won't have a repeat of Coppin State. If they start coming over to our table, I'm going to duck under the table.
Do we just tell them we don't have the
we
angle you're looking
signal.
for? We don't got.
No.
Well, yeah, there was kind of a debacle last time out against Coppin State. Took too much time off the clock. Hopefully these guys can figure it out real quickly and we can get back to the action.
Okay, here we go. This should be definitive.
They going by here. You can see that right foot does not come out in a natural way there. I don't know if he got it with a shin or a knee there. I don't think he's trying to hit. I don't think he's trying to hit him in the face.
No.
I just think he's trying to prevent a guy from getting an easy basket. So
no, I don't think there's
no one's
any
getting
malicious
kicked out
intent.
for this. But
okay, let's resume play now.
I'm all for that. I don't like when they take too much time to figure it out.
Should put a little timer up.
Yeah,
okay, we found out it was.
What they should have given a little egg timer, 90 seconds.
We're not even saying it's against. Let's go. There's nothing flagrant about it. Okay, here we go.
One more time
Let's see
here.
if we see anything
Anderson
different.
goes by. That right foot definitely comes out.
Yeah.
It cracked him in the face.
Yeah.
Probably right in the mouth, but.
Sure. Man, he would have had to
You're
really be in control.
Players. I know we're not as tough as hockey
No,
players.
you're not. You're not.
As basketball players, you can take a shot to the chops and keep on going.
Yeah, you got your big boy shorts on. You're okay.
That's right. That's right. Let's all play.
Okay, here we go. 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the timer. All righty. Okay, I think they're going to come to a conclusion.
You think they're talking about like what restaurant they're all going to rally at after the game?
Well, that'd be Canyon 49
or?
right over here. Canyon 49, right over by the GCU Hotel, right down Camelback and I-17.
Easy.
Easy call.
That's an easy call. Let's play action. Let's get back to the action.
All those TVs in there, you could watch the game from there. You could get it. I hate to say it, you could get an early start right now and go down there and see the last 2 minutes and get a quick table probably. But
how's the food there?
Oh, how's the food? Are you kidding me?
I have not been.
Fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Let's check it out for lunch. I like lunch. I go for lunch.
What's your favorite dish for lunch?
I think I just had a straight burger. It was
right?
Beautiful, yeah. We digressed for a while, but I threw the Canyon 49 plug in there. What do we got now? Rich Reed, our producer, is keeping 3 minutes apparently. All righty. And here we go. All right, I think Coach Marley's fine with how everything's progressed, so we should be fine.
I don't think Coach Harris is as happy coming out of that meeting with the officials as Coach Marley is. He had to go down and say something to Bubba Wells over there, like, I don't know how they saw what they saw. It looks like they're assessing some sort of a technical foul because they're sitting Russell and they're clearing the key for him to shoot a free throw here. Looks like he's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah.
They're going to give GCU the basketball back after all of this.
That was clutch. All right, the lead is 10 now for the Cougars. 2 minutes to go.
Now they're going to give it back to SIU-E. Take that back. They did.
What do we know? What do we know?
Call there, but this is where the Lopes have been very good on these baseline out of bounds. Let's see if they can get a hoop out of this one.
Officials are on top of things. Martin again. Oh, man. Ellis. Harris. Anderson. Driving. Pushes back out.
I thought Anderson got away with a little walk there. I thought he changed his pivot foot. Coach Harris wants a timeout. 10 to go with 1:36 to play. Good opportunity now for them to be able to set their defense as well. Only 14 on the shot clock.
Send it over to Kate Longwood.
Hey guys, let's take a look at what happened around the WAC over the weekend. On Saturday, Utah Valley coming up with a big W over BYU, 114-101 the final there. Isaac Nielsen leading the way with 26 points, 9 boards. Meanwhile, New Mexico State also picking up the win over San Diego, 56-51 the final there. Ian Baker for New Mexico State had a high of 15 points, 5 rebounds. And on Sunday, North Dakota coming out on top, 57 to CSU Bakersfield 55. Now North Dakota outscored CSUB 37-24 in the second half. The Roadrunners now fall to 4-3. And in tonight's action, UMKC came out on top over Southeast Missouri State. And of course, we don't want to forget the women's basketball team's big victory on Saturday as well.
Lopes realizing they're short on time, being ultra aggressive, trying to steal that basketball. If they commit the foul, so be it. Got to try to keep those ticks on the clock, sending Ellis to the line to shoot the front end of a 1-and-1. Now he misses this one. They're having big bodies underneath to rebound this miss. Can't afford to give him an offensive board here.
Ellis came in 18 of 36, 50% from the line and connects.
You're telling me this one's coming off then. Made the first one, he must miss the second.
Yeah. There you go. Stats don't lie. Fifi drives.
Tough one there by the young fella trying to make something happen, but I talk about getting to the side of the defender, you got to get to the outside of the defender. Veteran player there, he takes that one right on the numbers.
Eslick's coming in for Simmons.
Getting some better foul shooters out here. They know the Lopes are going to be hard pressed. If they don't steal this ball in the back court, they'll want to commit a foul once they get it over the other side of half court.
Tip of the cap to John Harris for me. I think this is a very well coached basketball team. Very well coached, disciplined. Underneath, and the bucket by Anderson.
Too many buckets underneath here. You got 3-point shots. You're trying to come back from a large deficit. You got to cut all that stuff off, and you got to limit the turnovers. So you try to make a game out of this thing, cutting it to 10, but had to get it to single digits sooner than they did.
Russell throws up the three. It's off the mark. Mark's going to foul.
Now you got to hope that they can miss free throws and you can get rebounds, but at some point in time now I think, yep, that's a 9th foul. Double free throw opportunities every foul the rest of the way. It's going to be real hard on the Lopes this time. This is something for a young, for a team that's younger, and the season's younger. They'll have to learn from what it takes to start a basketball game. Talked about the frenetic energy that you have to harness and then use efficiently and effectively. Early in the basketball game, they didn't do that. Second half, a little better at spurts, but still not enough to get a victory.
Russell brings it up. Under a minute to go. Martin, he'll try yet again. And he connects. Oh, he even throws his arms up. Just in anguish. Like, poor guy.
Well, it's really hard for Martin. It was hard for Martin to get himself going because any shooter will tell you, or scorer will tell you, when you're struggling the way he was and he missed his first 10 three-point shots, you got to do something other than shoot a three to make a three. You got to get a bucket at the basket. You got to get to the foul line to get some free throws down. It's hard to keep shooting those three-point shots if you got nothing to visualize the ball going through the rim. And obviously this one's coming far too late in the basketball game, but something for him to think about next time he's on the floor and he's struggling earlier in a basketball game. Do something to get yourself to the foul line. Just 1 of 11 from behind the arc. I like that guy a lot. He just struggled tonight.
Can you believe, though, that was Dwayne Russell's first assist?
Yes, I can, because
I mean, here's a guy that came in averaging 7.3 a game. He had 22 total in 3 games. That was his first one. Well, but he carried the load here with Josh Braun.
He had to score. I think that was the deal. I think not only with Braun out, but nobody else stepping up. He had to start looking for his shot more, and even the passes that he did through, I think, may have thrown too many of those to Martin. And Martin wasn't able to make a shot to get him an assist, or anybody else for that matter. Just a tough night for the Lopes offensively, and it's a shame. You got a week of practice now to regroup, and you better not feel too sorry for yourself because you got Louisville the Cardinals coming in here, and they're not trying to beat you by just 10. They're looking to pound you and think about the things that they got to do. So put this one away. Martin's got to forget it. Got to get Braun healthy. The young fellas, got to start taking care of that basketball and not turning the ball over senselessly. I don't mind turning the ball over like Adu did when he's trying to attack and he gets a charge call, but the travel violations are something that they're going to have to work on.
Now the Lopes will have to contend to see about that gentleman, Josh Braun, and if he's able to come back from that knee injury that has limited his minutes here tonight.
I mean, there's bright spots in this basketball game for sure. You got great play from Vernon with double-double, 16 points, 16 points and 14 rebounds, and a nice double-double from him. And Russell with the 26 points, 2 off of his season high that he had out on the road trip. So there are some bright spots, but the biggest negative in this one is the health of Josh Braun, because I don't feel without him on the floor they have that veteran presence that can help steady a team when they're struggling the way that the Lopes did tonight.
Got a little chippy after the foul call, as Ellis thought it was a little heavy on the foul, so got a little chippy. So Marley comes back onto the floor to separate some of the players.
Well, Keontae Vernon wanted to commit the intentional foul. That's a bit of a problem, I think, with basketball players nowadays. They think an intentional foul is a flagrant foul, and just because somebody comes to wax you on your forearm or on your body, it's not like they're trying to fight you. They got to stop the clock, and you got to make it obvious to the official that you're committing the foul to stop the clock. It takes exceptions to too much contact nowadays, or too little contact, I should say.
Both of these teams have as SIU-E will take on Indiana, while the Lopes battle Louisville. They thought that was flagrant. Well, believe me, Indiana and Louisville, they know how to foul people. Harris taking on his former coach at Marquette, Tom Crean.
tonight. Didn't know a whole lot about Coach Harris's team, but Coach Bubba Wells, who I've competed against in the NBA, they have this team playing very well. They're a well-organized group out on the floor, and they play hard. They compete. And if there's anything I can say from the game tonight, they competed harder in the 40 minutes of this basketball game than the Lopes did. At least more of the time. That they certainly competed harder, and that's why they're going to come out of here with the victory tonight. I think if this team played a best 3 out of 5 series, it certainly could be a different cause, but probably a big trap game for this Lopes team.
Yep.
Come off a big win against Coppin State where he pounded by 35, and then you're looking ahead to a big Saturday matchup. The whole campus is going crazy to the back, and that's all they're talking about is Louisville on Saturday. Camping out, pizzas, and you just kind of look past the next opponent. I don't think the Lopes are fouling any more than that.
Harris told to pull back by the head coach. And that's the final buzzer. 76-64, the final score. Oh, the Lopes drop to 3-3 on the season. We'll be back to wrap things up here from head coach Dan Marley after this game, as Coach Harris and his Cougars are victorious, and they improve to 4-3 on the season. Stay with us. We'll be back, as I said, to wrap things up in GCU Arena in Phoenix, Arizona after this timeout.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692. GCU offers more than 200 innovative programs across 9 colleges, which now include cutting-edge next-generation programs in engineering, computer science, and information technology. Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Grand Canyon men's basketball brought to you in part by your Valley Hyundai dealers. For a limited time, every day is Black Friday. Shop buyhyundai.com today. And by Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. 76-64, the Lopes fall to the Cougars from SIU-E. As you look at our final stats, 47.2 field goal percentage, 31.7 for the Lopes. 3-pointers, 4 of 24 were the Lopes. That hurts. 7 of 16 for the Cougars. Second chance points belong in favor of the Lopes.
Yeah, they got them points in the paint. They got out. They don't have enough fast break points tonight. Just 6 fast break points. Wasn't their game offensively.
Well, they definitely came to play, did the Cougars from Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, going right from the opening tip. They played very aggressive, took it to the hole, and a number of players definitely stood out for the Cougars. Ellis certainly led the way and seemed to lead as the general on the court. Trey Harris, coming off the bench, led the team overall in points with 14, but really wasn't that big of a factor here.
No, it didn't have to be. When you put 5 guys in double figures in scoring, they really spread it around nicely tonight. They didn't shoot the basketball particularly well in the second half. They did enough to hold their lead. They only shot 39% in the second half. Coach Marley be much happier about that than the 53% the Lopes gave up in that first half.
Time for our player of the game, and when you look at the Lopes, obviously Dwayne Russell, a big standout here tonight, but how about coming off the bench, Keontae Vernon, 16 points and 14 rebounds.
He had that energy, he harnessed it, he used it to his advantage, and the Lopes didn't. And I like the way he was aggressive. Anytime he had an opportunity to take the ball to the basket himself, he finished high and hard, and then he had the time one of the Lopes was clanking up one of their outside jump shots, he was there to tap and follow that basketball in, if not slam it back through. So nice job by Vernon. You talk about the 16 points that he had off the bench. Well, you know, he did that very efficiently on 7 and 10 shooting. That's what I love about it the most. And the 14 rebounds were absolutely huge, and a number of those coming on the offensive end as well. 5 big O boards to go along with that. So his first double-double of the season, very deservingly of the player of the game honors.
So let's, why don't we revisit your 3 keys, brought to you by your Valley Hyundai dealers, and it had kind of a Cyber Monday feel to it. I think I felt a little shortchanged here on this Cyber Monday.
Yeah, no one even got back to me about my deals tonight on my shoes either, but the Super Automatic 5000 was broken tonight. You know, Russell was fantastic, but with Braun injured, nobody picked up the spot. And, you know, I love Martin, but he didn't have it tonight. Nothing really other than a few moments from Adu and Carr. And then Beyonce the boards, they just did not Beyonce the boards at all tonight. They didn't put enough bodies on people outside of Vernon, who did a nice job. 40-36 disadvantage in that frenetic Cyber Monday energy. Well, Lopes just didn't have it. They couldn't get the energy from having the student section, the Havocs back here to start this basketball game and use that to their advantage. It was SIU Cougars that did a nice job taking the crowd right out of this thing with a 12-0 start.
Yep. And, you know, the underlying story here, too, is in the days ahead leading up to Louisville and then San Diego State next Wednesday, is the status of Josh Braun. He had no points in this game, 10 minutes of play. No action after those 10 minutes in the opening half. Didn't see any action in the second half. That knee, he just is having problems coming back from that second surgery.
Yeah, I was really
2 surgeries this offseason.
Really surprised to even see him come back out for the halftime warm-ups. He was out there like he was going to go back out in the basketball game at halftime, trying to move, trying to get it warm, but he wasn't able to get it going. Unfortunately, tonight, not enough guys picking up the slack of having the best player not on the floor.
Well, while we wait for Coach Marley's post-game press conference to begin, let's take a look at that upcoming schedule. It doesn't get any easier. Louisville coming in here on Saturday. Following Wednesday, Steve Fisher, the San Diego State Aztecs will be in here looking for revenge after the Lopes knocked them off. University of Illinois, Chicago, and Scott, you've already circled there, Arizona at Arizona on the 14th.
You got 3 of your next 4 basketball games, big basketball games, and that in-state battle there against Arizona, that one will be huge as well. And Mississippi Valley State, don't sleep on them. They got some phenomenal guards on their squad.
Dwayne Russell, we talked about him off the top. Keontae Vernon got our player of the game, but 39 big minutes again, 26 points. And just 1 assist, and it came late on that 3-pointer that Jared Martin finally connected on.
Yeah, he goes 39 minutes tonight. He's gone 40 and 38 in other basketball games. He tried to do what he could, an 8 of 22 shooting, not his best shooting performance. Got himself to the line, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 26 points. Took care of the basketball, only 4 turnovers in 39 minutes. That's a lot. But like you said, just couldn't, even when he was dishing and trying to find guys to help provide opportunities for scores, nobody was able to knock down any shots and help him out.
Well, I mean, some guys have to step up. Shaq Carr got that start at Duke. He had 18 points in the game. He's definitely got to step up. I mean, if Josh Braun somehow needs more time to recover with these 3 of the next 4 games against Louisville, San Diego State, and Arizona, that's going to be a tall order even with Josh in the lineup. So some guys are going to have to really dig deep and step up. I mean, Jared Martin's going to have to find his groove. He's going to have to hit from 3-point land. So some guys are definitely going to have.
Oscar Frere's a guy we highlighted in our pregame package. You know, he's a freshman. He played like a freshman tonight. Fouled out, made some silly fouls out there. Plays hard, but he's going to have inconsistent moments in the first half of this season. that's to be expected. So you got to have, you know, a number of guys. Clark's going to have to eat glass and get opportunities to
we
get
didn't see much
some
of him in the second.
puntbacks. Didn't really see a whole lot of him as well. So all in all, as this Lopes team goes, and when they go 7 to 8 to 9 guys deep, got to get some more contributions.
Kerwin Smith is another guy that, as the bench gets shorter and shorter, he's going to have to step up as well. I mean, he sat out redshirt year last year. He's seen very limited minutes here early on this season. Frankly, I wish he would have came back a little bit bigger, would have attacked the weight room a little bit. As a big man, he could really be dominant with the height advantage as he has. But he's definitely got to help step up and be a contributing factor for this team as the bench gets a little shorter.
Yeah, with Boubacar Touré out, he is one of those guys that are going to have to be more of a rim protector. You can see a lot of these smaller players for the Cougars were not afraid to tack inside tonight. Those driving lanes were open. They were going after it. And when you got guys like Smith blocking shots and, Martin drawing charges and the rest of these guys protecting that painted area, it makes a big difference in how they're going to play. They didn't have to shoot a whole lot of outside shots tonight. They made a bunch in the first half, but they really didn't have to shoot a whole lot in the second half to win this basketball game because they got anything that they wanted inside.
Well, we are kind of dragging things out here because we would like to hear from Dan Marley, maybe to talk obviously about this tough loss to SIU-E, but also perhaps get a little bit more information about Josh Braun and that injury and get some thoughts leading up to a pretty important game here for GCU on Saturday against Louisville. So we hope to have that for you. We're going to keep it here just for a little bit longer. We appreciate your patience because we definitely want to hear from Coach Marley. And with that, let's send it into the Arc right now where the post-game press conference is about to commence with head coach Dan Marley.
Yeah, never seen, I've seen stuff like it, but just couldn't buy a basket at the beginning. Had good looks at it, just couldn't make any. Then that affected our defense. Wasn't very good. I thought second half we came out, played extremely hard, got ourselves back into it, but just couldn't make enough shots. Obviously with Josh not being able to play, he tried, played 10 minutes, but just couldn't go. So that really hurt us. Playing a lot of new guys that weren't here last year. We're missing Kenzo, Boubacar, Matt, now Josh. We're having a lot of guys stepping in. It's got to find their way and find their way quickly. So a little disappointed, obviously, especially here at home. We like to take care of our home court. But they played really well, made shots. We didn't. We battled. Just wasn't enough. I have no idea. He hasn't been able to practice for about a week. Even on that road trip, he was game time decision. Didn't know if he'd be able to go. He tried it today, couldn't move. So I don't know if there's a whole lot we can do with it. He's had 4 knee surgeries. So he's just got to see if he can get healthy. Like I said, he hasn't practiced at all. So he'll just be day to day. If he can go, great. If he can't, then somebody's going to have to step up. It's going to be a bunch of people because not one guy's going to replace what Josh does. Josh is a all-league player, picked player of the year this year, tremendous shooter. So Fifi's going to have to, get it going. Oscar's going to have to get it going. Shaq, all new guys who are trying to find their way. They're going to have to step up and be more aggressive. Yeah, he wouldn't. Jared spends a lot of time in the gym shooting. He just can't find his way right now. I don't know what to tell you. He gives us so much. He shot the ball. He had 6 rebounds, 7 steals. Our smartest player. He's got to find a way to make open shots, and he just didn't do it along with everybody. So, Dwayne battled his butt off. I thought Keontae had a terrific game. Played really hard, rebounding and scoring some baskets. So besides, Dwayne and Keontae, there just wasn't much else there. Well, they were making tough shots, but, when it's hard when you start off, what was it, 10, 12, nothing? You get behind the 8 ball real quick, and then you're battling, and then we don't have enough guys, and in the second half we come out and got a full court trap and press, and our guys are just gassed. So we played hard, but, we're not going to beat anybody, shooting 24% in the first half and 31 for the game. It's just not what we do. We're usually better offensively, but like I said, Josh missing, not being out there, and our other players have hurt, so just got to figure a way to get it done. Yeah, I don't know. We're just going to have to put this one, in the rear view. We'll have to learn from it. My biggest thing is I don't understand is our guys are so hesitant to shoot. Shaq and all those guys, and I give them the green light to be confident and shoot their shots, and they just won't do it. So there's nothing I can do about that, but they're going to have to find their way real quick or Saturday will be ugly. I don't know. Either you have it or you don't. I mean, Shaq's a guy who had 18 points in his first game at Duke, and now he won't shoot the ball. And Oscar is a freshman, and Fifi's a freshman. I told him it's not fair, but nobody cares. They got to step up right now and learn by fire, get into it. So I think it would be easy. I told Jared, and I told the team today, I said Jared was 1 for 11 from 3. And I didn't say one word to him. Because they were all open shots he practices every day. And I told him at halftime, you either make it or you miss it. That's all there is to it. You make it or you miss it. Then you got to, play on. And they were all good shots. He was wide open on a lot of them and just missed them. Yeah.
Post-game press conference from head coach Dan Marley following a tough loss to SIU-E. Well, you asked for it, and now you've got it. GCU is bringing the best teams in the country right here to GCU Arena starting this Saturday when legendary head coach Rick Pitino and the Louisville Cardinals fly in for a historic matchup with the Lopes. The Cardinals feature 2 7-footers along with a number 1 former high school All-American as well. Tough to get tickets for this one, so be sure to watch the game on the CW6 starting with the Lopes pregame show, hosted by Kate Longworth at 6:30. You can also watch the game online at gcu.tv. Well, that'll do it here from GCU Arena, where GCU falls to the Cougars 76-64. Please join us again Saturday when the Lopes host the Cardinals from Louisville. For Kate Longworth, Scott Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Barry Butel, wishing you a wonderful evening.